we are. We're heading, we're somewhere between Norfolk and Columbus, Nebraska. And we got a pretty good storm raging out here, so we thought we'd share it with everybody.
Very good, right in the middle of it right now.
Hey, Misha. Yeah, we're just getting set up so we can, oh yeah, we got a pretty good storm going here, as you can see. Hey everybody! Hey, we got some new people here. Hold on, got Jonathan Collins. Hey, nice to see you, Jonathan. Misha says send it our way. Hey, I wish we could. We got a 4-hour drive through southern Nebraska to get down to Kansas, and we were not anticipating having to drive through this mess. Can y'all hear me okay over all the sound of this rain?
It's hard to see. We got it slowly.
Wow, yeah, we're
down to 45 miles an hour right now.
We're going down to 45 miles an hour because yeah, this is crazy. It's coming down thick. That's funny because I even looked on, we started seeing lightning, and we were looking on our weather app, and our weather app didn't even show that there was supposed to be a storm. Oh my goodness. What are we down to, about 35 now?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Misha. We appreciate it. Yeah, we just thought, hey, we got to share this with everybody because it's quite the sight to see. It's, you know, obviously not quite as cool on video, but you can kind of appreciate what's going on here.
Share with everybody our last night on Earth.
Oh man, we're down to, well, we're still going about 35 miles per hour, but yeah, visibility is super limited right now. Well, we did do a brief, we did a few storm chasing videos actually. If you look back on our channel, it was a few months back. We actually, one night we live near a lake, and there was a pretty good lightning storm going, and we said, hey, let's go watch this out by the lake. Well, by the time we got to the lake, it had moved, so we actually chased the storm all the way up into like south central Nebraska. And anyway, we got home like 5 or 6 hours later at like 3 in the morning. So we did throw our hats in the storm chasing ring briefly. But yeah, we like to show lightning from our house too, because where we're at out on the prairie, you can really appreciate the lightning out there. we're from on the West Coast, you just don't get lightning storms like this. It's just, it's so new to us. It's so exciting still. Even after being here for a year, we still get like really excited about the lightning storms. Well, part of what makes them better out here too is that there's no mountains blocking your view. Yeah, because where we're from, there's mountains everywhere, so your view of the sky is always quite limited. But even so, we don't tend to have as severe of storms out there. Wow, yeah, there's some great lightning going on for sure right now.
Said that it was the Earth de-established. Was that on Northern Exposure? When somebody said that lightning was the Earth's way of de-establishing stars.
I think it was.
Yeah. We're almost done watching all of Northern Exposure, all 6 seasons.
Yeah, we've been binge watching Northern Exposure. Another great show from back in the day.
My favorite character is Ed, and Ed lives in Wichita now, or the actor that portrayed him now lives in Wichita.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't remember what his real name is, but yeah, he seemed like a good dude. I think he makes jewelry now. What the heck was that? There was something in the road back there. Somebody dropped a dead body in the road back there. No, we don't have family anywhere other than the West Coast pretty much. Although I do have an aunt and uncle that moved to Missouri recently and a cousin that moved to Tennessee. We've just been going to Nebraska a lot. We're part of an independent film that's being made there called My Journey. Oh yay, the rain is slowing up a bit, so probably can hear a little better. So we've been part of an independent film, and tonight was the wrap party, and they let us do we've kind of been doing a behind the scenes stuff for it. That was part of the reason we wanted to participate in the movie, so we could do a kind of a documentary about movie making in the Midwest. And tonight was the wrap party, and we got to film the cast interviews. So we interviewed basically all the main characters in the movie. So we'll be having that coming out soon. That was a ton of fun. But yeah, we did bring Mom. I shouldn't say we don't have any family out here, because we brought Corrine's mother. She came with us. So she lives in Kansas, near us. So yeah, but other than that, we just kind of came out here on a wing and a prayer. Just wanted to get away from the West Coast and all the chaos and all the garbage out there, so we could.
You guys are our new family.
Yeah, you're our new family, especially Misha, because you're one of our Kansas neighbors, and we really ought to get together one of these days, because she's just I think an hour and a half from us or something like that. What did she say there? I missed that. How do I bring that back? Live chat. Okay. Be right back. Daughter is calling. Okay, so it looks like we're coming into Columbus here, and the rain's eased up, but we still got a pretty good lightning show going on. So we'll just keep this rolling as long as there's something fun for y'all to watch.
We just came from Norfolk, Nebraska, which is the hometown of Johnny Carson. And apparently his legacy still lives on. He's still out there sponsoring independent films. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, they're very proud of Johnny Carson in Norfolk, as they pronounce it, because as soon as you pull into town, there's a giant billboard that actually looks like it's been there for 50 years. It looks pretty old and faded, but it says like, "Welcome to Norfolk, Nebraska, home of Johnny Carson," or something like that. But yeah, they're super proud of one of their hometown boys that made good. I
I just learned that Merv Griffin was supposed to be the host of the Tonight Show, but I guess they decided on Johnny over him. So he was disappointed about that. So he went on to make all those game shows. Columbus is a pretty little town. I like
think this
it.
is the little shortcut if you want to try it.
Oh, you want to go to the right?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
try this. I think it's a little diagonal route.
Okay.
It just goes back. I always see people going this way. You could just gives you a little cut across and then back on the highway.
Anyway, we enjoy Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus is a really pretty town. It's got a lot of fun stuff, and it has a really big park in the middle with that nice war memorial that we did a video about. It's mostly about Higgins, the guy that came up with the Higgins boats that helped America win World War II. So that's a pretty awesome, and they have a really good exhibit for that, and they have like a freedom memorial and stuff. But anyway, hey, that looks like the place to go at night. Sahara Lounge.
Ooh.
looks a little bit seedy.
The Sahara in the middle of Nebraska.
You ready? This might be it. Is this the highway? Or no? Oh no, not yet. One more street, I guess.
And we love Casey's.
Oh wait, Jonathan says Columbus town. Oh, it went away. Hold on, let me bring it back. It says Columbus town slogan is the city of power and progress. Nice. Are you from here, Jonathan? Are you from Columbus?
Well, it's also the home of Dickie Doodles.
Yeah. I think that's what Columbus should be most proud of, being the home of Dickie Doodles and of Marshall Dryfirst, who is like pretty much the awesomest guy ever to work a mini mart at a gas station.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. Where am I going?
You'll be going right here.
Going to the right?
Yeah,
Okay.
heading south now.
You say so.
I do. Maybe he's not, doesn't have his audio on.
Oh, and here's the pretty Columbus Bridge. They have a couple of these guys here, and they had them lit up for the 4th of July in red, white, and blue, but tonight it's just blue.
Oh, Jonathan's from Norfolk. I'm the actor that played the bartender. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm Cream Man and the waiter. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't get it. So I guess, are you still at the party? I didn't get it. I thought you were just one of our other subscribers on YouTube. Sorry about that. I have a really short memory. But yeah, you should tell Ben that he sent us out into a storm. It wasn't very nice of him. We all left and I'm home now. Oh, okay. Well, hey, we appreciate you tuning in and checking out our little live stream. We love to do live streams when we find these crazy storms. It's just fun to, then it makes us feel like we have friends with us along our drive. Oh, it looks like the storm is moving. Oh, that bridge looks pretty cool in there. I hope we get the rain here. Yeah, I wish I could tell you which direction it was headed, but I really couldn't tell. Sometimes you can really see it moving, the storm, but I see that it looks like we're through the rain now, so it's definitely not headed south, I don't think. So, who knows?
Oh,
maybe
I
it's...
still see lightning strikes.
Yeah, there's
over
still
to
lightning in the south,
west.
but it seems like the rain may be headed north. But here's the funny thing, Jonathan. We started seeing lightning, and I looked on my phone, and there was like 0 weather alerts for any kind of storm. So I was like, what? Isn't this where we turn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, the town we live around is Beloit, Kansas. We live outside of town, but that's our nearest town. And it's almost straight south of Norfolk, but you have to make like a million turns to get there. You have to always be like turning on this highway and that highway. So it's, I think we got it memorized now. Oh, there was a nice lightning strike. Oh, wow. Oh, we got good ones going. And Jonathan says, I hope we get, oh, here, I already read it. I hope we get the rain here. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how it's so hit and miss out here in the Midwest. Like, you know, one farmer may get like a ton of rain, and then the guy on the next farm over will get none. It's so strange. On the West Coast, usually when it rains, it soaks like the whole region. Have Cheetah will view. Hey, Cheetah, you'd probably like this. I know that your channel is all about like movies and interviewing actors and stuff. We just came from a movie wrap party for the movie My Journey. It's an independent film being made in Norfolk, Nebraska, home of Johnny Carson. So we're going to have a cast. So that's something you might enjoy.
Oh, good. The lightning's picking up again.
Yeah, there you
Must
go.
be going in the right direction.
Yeah, we brought the lightning back for everyone, okay? Want to make sure you guys have something to enjoy with us.
I wonder if these have ever induced seizures.
I know. I could totally see this giving somebody a seizure. It's like crazy flashes of light every few seconds. But yeah, one year later, we just completed our first year in the Midwest, and we are just still awestruck by the storms out here. Just like I said before, nothing like this on the West Coast. I've never seen a storm that can compare with the storms y'all get in the Midwest all the time. Like, oh, it's just amazing to us. So much lightning. A West Coast storm is like you see a lightning strike, and then you probably won't see one for another minute, or maybe at least 30 seconds later. But here it's just like back-to-back strikes. Look at this. We're getting a pretty good show tonight, too.
Yeah, that showed up well on the camera.
Yeah, part of the reason I put this up is because I don't think anybody predicted this storm. It wasn't on the channel, and I looked on YouTube because we follow a lot of storm chasers. So we thought, oh, let's see who's covering this storm. Nobody. I couldn't find any videos on it. Usually there's a live storm chaser out on just about every storm, so I thought, well, I guess it falls on our shoulders. We got to put this up for everyone to see. But yeah, this was totally unpredicted. Though I checked my weather app while the lightning was flashing, and it didn't show anything. We're getting rain in Michigan tonight. Oh man, yeah, you know, I think it was were we in Michigan or was that Wisconsin? We were up in the upper Midwest a few months back, and man, we saw more rain dumping than probably I've ever seen. There was so much rain dumping on our car. Literally, there were cars just pulling off the road that you just couldn't drive. So much rain coming down. I think that was, it might have been...
I think it was Minnesota. I think
Was it Minnesota?
We just crossed the bridge out of Wisconsin and headed into Minnesota, and it was like a welcome to Minnesota.
Oh, so I guess that was Minnesota. You know, and sometimes I get Michigan and Minnesota confused. I don't know why. I guess because I'm from the West Coast.
They both start with an M. There you
go. They both start with an M-I.
Yeah. I don't think you and I have been to Michigan.
We slipped into it briefly.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we were just on the southern part of it. That's where we went to the Great Lakes, right? I'm pretty sure that
was Indiana.
I'm pretty sure that was Michigan.
Oh.
Well, I think we went up through Indiana and then we just slipped just into Michigan, and that's where we stopped, and they had like those nice beaches and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure, But yeah, we weren't in Michigan very long. That's for sure. And I'm so happy that you guys are enjoying a steady shot here for the most part, because I finally got a little camera holder that. Oh man! Right when I'm.
It showed you.
That was pretty funny. We will be back up and running in a moment. I was just talking about being happy I had a holder, and then it fell off the glass. Hold on, gotta turn lights on here. Find it where it went. Oh, there it went. Sorry, everybody, we're having technical difficulties. Right when I was praising my technical equipment.
Well, maybe you should try the opposite.
Okay, we're gonna be back up and running in a second. Hold tight, everybody.
Maybe you should say, like, curse this device. It's the worst device ever, and then it'll work too well.
Okay. All right, let's get it tilted down so we can see the road. Hey, we're back up. That was too perfect, though. Right when I was bragging about our new camera holder, it was like, oh yeah, you think this is good? And then it fell down. Yeah, that was pretty comical.
You go with the rain. I guess we are chasing the storm.
Cheetah says, we had a storm do that last week. Crazy heavy rain and no warning. Ooh, yeah, we're back in the rain, everybody. Back in the rain.
Back in the saddle again. Out where there's a historical marker ahead. Should we stop and see what it is?
Yeah, we should stop and check that out. Totally. I don't know why I keep pushing that to bring the conversations back when I have it right here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just not used to it. Yeah. So we're just going home, but we do consider ourselves amateur storm chasers. So whenever we have a pretty good storm, we like to throw it up and do a live, kind of share it with everybody. And early on this cast, I was explaining how we did do one legit storm chase where we started at a lake. We were going to go watch the storm at a lake by our house, and then the storm kept moving, and so we kept following it, and we ended up in Nebraska and got back home about 6 hours later.
I get a really brilliant guy who's tailgating me right now.
Yeah, you might want to just pull off. Yeah, we're going to pull off and let the tailgater by, because I guess some people just don't understand that when it's pouring rain, it's not really the best time to tailgate someone. Because if they slam on the brakes, it's not going to be good for anyone. But yeah, we consider ourselves part-time amateur storm chasers.
We're amateur everything, basically. Not professional in any sense.
But like I said before, tonight I was actually just gonna bring up YouTube and watch somebody else chase the storm. But there was nobody doing a live chase of this, which is rare. Usually out here, if there's a good storm going, there's somebody on YouTube chasing it. But I just figured, well, if no one else is chasing it, then we can just watch it along our way home. Hey, we got another person in the chat. Hey, welcome, whoever's joining us, welcome. We got a pretty good storm going. We're about, I'd say 20 miles southwest of Columbus, Nebraska right now. We're heading west, and we got a pretty good storm going here. Oh, so the cast party, we're actually going home from that. It's done. The cast party was earlier tonight. Actually, we left early. It wasn't quite finished, although I think it's finished by now. But yeah, we're just on our way home from that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
The tree branch almost got us.
Yeah, Yeah, there's like some serious tree branches in the road. So you know this storm is doing some damage.
I get another tailgater.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's probably enough to shoulder if you carefully, slowly
Oh, no, he's
signal.
got the right idea.
Oh, he's passing.
Passing.
Good.
It's another semi.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same guy. Maybe he's just passing me over and over.
Yeah, I guess the locals here in Nebraska, they do not let the severe weather slow them down. Wow, that was bright. That blinded me. They drive like regular speed, even though there's like a torrential downpour.
At least the little raccoons aren't running out in front of me, so I got that going for me. Usually I can expect anytime I'm driving home at night to stomp on the brakes at least 3 times for raccoons.
Yeah, the raccoons are very suicidal out here in the Midwest, just as are the birds. Okay, Cheetah has a question. Ever see Duel or Joyride? I don't think I've seen either of those. Have you, sweetie?
No?
Nope, neither of us have seen those. Are those good movies to watch?
I do enjoy the song Joyride by Roxette.
That's right, we both love the song Joyride by Roxette, so I'm sure we'd love the movie. Why not? It's about crazy semi-truck drivers.
Oh, man.
Well, there's plenty of those around.
Where would they have gotten that idea?
Yeah, I don't know. Whoa! I hope that one came through on the camera because that was gorgeous. It was like 2 giant lightning strikes, like a cloud-to-cloud strike. Rob West says, "Go faster." You did. Oh, awesome. Thanks. I'm glad it did that. Hey, welcome to the chat, Rob.
Are you our tailgater? Are you the one?
Hey, Rob. I'd like to ask you how you found us. I don't remember seeing you around before. Where do you hail from?
Maybe he's another cast member.
And as for going faster, that ain't gonna happen. We're former West Coasters, so we're not used to driving in these crazy conditions.
Yeah, we're like if you guys went out there and tried to drive the Redwood Highway. That's how we are out here during the storm.
I mean, we get a lot of wet out there. Ontario, our severe storms sucked yesterday. Ontario what? I know of 3 Ontario. Are you talking about from the Great White North, Ontario? Or are you talking about Ontario, California, Ontario, Oregon? Oh yeah, the Great White North. Awesome. We love Canada. Actually, we've only been there a couple times, but
yeah, we've
really enjoyed it.
And Vancouver Island, and
Yeah.
Glass.
Yeah, and some of our best friends are Canadian.
Or from Edmonton.
Yeah, from Edmonton. Some of our best buddies. Hey, we got 8 people in the chat now. Hope everyone's enjoying this. If you're just joining, stay tuned. We're getting some really cool lightning on here.
You can see through the rain.
Oh wow! He says Rob says they had an F5 tornado.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. I keep. It seems like I keep hearing. Hey, thanks, Cheetah. I appreciate that. Yeah, if everybody smashes that like button, it'll help us find more viewers.
And don't just click it, smash it.
Smash it hard. Smash it with all you got. But Rob, I was just thinking, like, you know, I never thought of Canada as tornado country.
until recently, I keep hearing about more and more tornadoes. I don't know if you all have always had tornadoes and they're just not publicized, or what's the deal. But it seems like this past year I've heard about quite a few. Change your channel to corn-fed storm chasers. it's Jesse and Lisa from Lazy Days. Yeah, we just Jesse, we just lucked into this one. We're just on our way home from a little shindig up in Nebraska, and we just lucked into this storm, I guess. We're not really chasing it. We're just kind of documenting it along our drive home.
We're dodging it.
We're storm dodgers tonight. It was kind of funny because I told Corinne, oh, I gotta go on YouTube and see who's chasing this, because we follow a whole bunch of storm chasers, and usually anytime there's a good storm, there's somebody on YouTube doing a live chase. And I went on and I was like, what? Nobody's covering this. So yeah, so here we are doing it.
Twisters in Spain. What did he say?
Hey, are you reading the screen while you're driving? Eyes on the road.
I would never do that. Well, I just need my left eye to keep an eye on the road, and I use my right eye to read the screen.
He says they have twisters in Spain and Italy. Yeah, that's crazy. You just never think about that.
Yeah,
when you think about Europe, you just don't think about tornadoes, but I guess they can happen anywhere. You know, we actually had one in Roseburg, Oregon, and it was funny because let me tell you about the damage it did. The tornado in Roseburg, Oregon was, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. It picked up one car just like a foot off the ground and dropped it. That was the extent of the damage. It dropped a car about a foot, but it was big news out there because we just never see them.
Well, the tornado, it started and it picked up the car, and then it thought, too much effort.
Too much effort. Yeah, the West Coast tornadoes are lazy.
We're lazy out there.
Okay, let me catch up here. So Rob says Ontario has the longest track tornado, an F4 in 1985 in Canada history. Oh wow. I guess Ontario is not the place to go. And Rob says France has had 2 F5s, I do believe. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I would never think of that. Oh yeah, if you're not friends with Jesse and Lisa, you are missing out. Lazy Days is where it's at. We're always repping our Lazy Days apparel. We got all kinds in our cool magnet and all the stuff they sent our way. But also, fun fact for those that don't know, Lisa of Lazy Days is our home girl. That's right. She's from our hometown of Roseburg, Oregon. So that's why we're all screwed up. Hey, Jonesy's on.
From the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
We got somebody from Ontario.
Huh? Oh, yeah. So, Jonesy, do y'all have any tornadoes down under? Like, any, like, you know, significant ones? Have you ever had any big ones down there? Oh, I love that little intro, Jesse. Jesse says, check out the mod father, Jesse, and his awesome wife, Lisa, at Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa.
I like the movie voice that you did that with, too.
Yeah,
That was good.
Misha's still here with us. Rob says, where you at? I'm trying to see on radar. So, Rob, I'd say now...
we can tell you exactly where we're at. We're coming into a town.
Yeah, we're coming into a little town. I would guesstimate we're about 40 to 50 miles southwest of Columbus. But we'll tell you in a minute where we're at exactly. Jonesy says not really. Okay.
Oh, we're at Silver Creek, which is the most gorgeous little town during the day.
There you go. So we're at Silver Creek. Yeah, this is a very lovely little town. They have a really lovely little, I don't know what you'd call it, a miniature lake or a giant pond.
Yeah, I think it's a man-made lake.
And there's some beautiful homes built around it.
Yeah, it looks like so much fun to live here.
Rob says they spin the wrong way down on. Well, actually,
it's like the toilet, right?
Yeah, actually, I think what it is this. I think God said, hey, I put all of these crazy creatures that can kill you in Australia, so at least I won't throw a bunch of tornadoes down there too.
They call it even.
Yeah, because that would be mean if there was all these killer animals plus tornadoes. I think this is our turn coming up here.
Yeah.
Jonesy says, yes, yes, yes. Cool.
Yes.
And we're now gonna head south on highway, or no, this is 2 Highway 92.
We don't know where we're going.
Who knows where we're at? We're next
Are
to
you sure this is
Silver.
it?
Yeah.
See it,
Yeah, this
okay.
is it.
Well, if you say so.
Well, at least we're heading south, you know.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, this is it. Oh yeah. Hey, we're still getting some lightning flashes.
Lightning is guiding our way no matter which way we turn.
All we are is Radio Jonesy. That needs to be your theme song, buddy. I always like that old song from Queen, Radio Gaga.
At least I can see where I'm going now. That's always good.
We got 7 people in the chat. I think this is the most we've had so far. So I hope everyone's enjoying it. Looks like we're getting, oh, there's some lightning. I was gonna say we're getting a little reprieve from lightning, but it's kicking back up.
We're now in Polk County.
Welcome to Polk County, and we're going over, oh, this is that little lake. If it was daytime, you guys would see this beautiful little lake with all these lovely lakeside homes.
Yeah,
In fact,
it's a really cute.
yeah,
town.
we were like, ooh, we got to look this up and see how much these homes cost along this lake, 'cause it's a really pretty spot. And it looks like there's some canals you could go boating around and stuff. Oh, 8 people. So if you're just joining us, we're just kind of out of the lightning storm, but who knows, maybe it'll pick back up here.
Don't say that. Say like, if you're just joining us, get ready for the best show yet.
And Cheetah says your traffic is so light. This is the Midwest. There is no traffic here. At least we're from the rural Midwest, so as long as you're out of the cities, there really isn't much traffic. Oh, the phone is down. Hold on, I'll get you right back up here. I got a new phone holder that suctions onto the window, but it seems like it goes for about 10 minutes and then it pops off.
Just like you. About 10 minutes and then you pop off.
Maybe if I give it a little of the wet stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, everybody. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Rob, so yeah, we just turned south. We should be heading pretty much straight south, I believe. What highway did it say this was?
It said like 31 or something like that.
It's whatever highway heads south out of what was that called? Silver Creek or something?
Yep, that's right.
Whatever highway heads south out of Silver Creek. Maybe it is going slightly east as well, but it's mostly going south. Okay, Jesse says, I'm assuming that Kareen is doing the driving. Yeah, she always wants to drive at night because she says I have poor night vision, which I deny, but she says she sees the critters better than me.
I have more compassion at least then, because I brake when I see an animal.
And Cheetah says, zoinks. Zoinks! Is that a Scooby-Doo expression?
We do too have traffic. Look, there's the second car right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got tons of traffic. You pass a car every few minutes or so.
Yeah. Actually, it does seem like quite a bit of traffic because it's, past 11 p.m. and we're out here in the middle of nowhere. It's like, why are all these people driving?
You know what I'm going to do? I'll flip the camera around so you can look in the rear view. You can probably see me a little bit here. But now the lightning is happening behind us. So by doing it in the rear view, you'll probably see an occasional lightning strike. Cause
you might see the sign of our dog.
But yeah, it looks like, oh, Rob says, looks like the core is over Columbus. Yeah, that's probably about right because, oh, I just saw some though. I just saw some lightning southwest of us a little bit. So anyway, I'll keep my eyes peeled, and if I see some more coming in front of us, I'll flip that camera back around again. But I guess for now, this is just a boring live where you just chat with us.
Don't you turn on the light so they can see your pretty face?
Oh no, I don't want to. This is more fun because I look really creepy.
Oh, okay, cool.
We can pretend we're watching a horror movie.
The horror movie that is our lives.
Yes. The horror movie of our lives.
We were talking to the director, and Craig was saying about how he reminds him of a younger version of himself so much. And then I said, well, look at your future, Ben. And I pointed to Craig, and Ben didn't look very happy about that.
I was like, so this is what you're going to be like. Jesse wants me to turn on the dome light so they can see Corrine. Yeah, I know she's prettier than me. I got it, okay? I don't think she would like it. In fact, every time I turn the dome light on to get something, she yells at me because she can't see.
Well, I just use it as an excuse to yell at you. I look for different reasons to yell.
Oh, man, he says, Craig can stay in the dark if he wants to. So cruel, so cruel.
Oh. Well, you know.
Well, maybe we'll swap drivers in a bit, and then we'll let her ride shotgun and chat with you.
It's okay.
She doesn't want to.
Nah.
So what are you guys all up to tonight? What are you doing? What are you guys all doing up at 11 or later, depending on where you're from, or earlier if you're on the West Coast?
What time is it in Australia? Jonesy?
Jonesy Green wants to know what time it is down there in Tasmania.
Oh, that's right. It's not Australia. It's Tasmania.
Yeah, Rob, it looks like it is kind of dying now. Oh, Cheetah, I think we're still about 2.5 hours from our place, somewhere along those lines. Yeah. We live, the nearest town to us is called Beloit. We live like way out on the prairie. But if you look up Beloit, Kansas, you'll get a general idea. 18 on Friday.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonesy. So 2:18 p.m. I should mention. It's p.m.
Yeah.
So.
And then in Ontario, it's probably like an hour ahead of.
Jesse says we are watching some crazy Roseburg, Oregon folks driving on a lonely highway to who knows where. That sounds like the story of our lives.
In Ontario, is it like an hour? Is it past midnight there?
Ontario?
Yeah.
They're probably in our time zone, aren't they?
Are they on Eastern time?
Lost Highway, Kansas style.
2 hours ahead of us, actually.
Yeah, I like that. Children of the Corn. Children of the Corn-Fed Life.
I've never watched Children of the Corn.
I've never seen it either.
It really sounds like the best movie ever.
Jesse says it's 11:20 here in Houston, Texas. Nobody cares what time it is in Texas.
They're 1 minute ahead of us.
Oh,
like
yeah.
It's 11:19.
Yeah, our clock says 11:19, so your Texas is 1 minute different. So, but speaking of like lonely highways, Jesse, you guys probably wouldn't go this route. I'm assuming from Texas, yeah, you'd probably just go, when you're going to Roseburg, I'm sure you just go with California and all that. But if you want like a super thrill, like near-death experience, there's this highway. If you go through, what is it? Is it Nevada? Yeah, it's Nevada. If you go the route where you go through Nevada and then you come into the corner of Oregon, if you go that, which is the main route we go when we're coming from Kansas to Roseburg, the fastest route is to go through Nevada. And then you hit the corner of Oregon. It's like the far southeast corner, and it is literally the scariest road I've ever been on in the U.S. Anyway, I've seen some scarier roads in the third world, but you literally come around this corner and you're looking down at a valley that's probably about 1,000 feet below. It's about 1,000-foot drop, and then you're on this little windy road down the side of the cliff that gets you down, and like
it goes for like 4 miles.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 miles down this little windy road, and there's no guardrail. Hey, the red light is
so we died. We didn't end up going to heaven.
But anyway, we always call it like the cliffs of death because there's no guardrail and it's just a sheer drop. So it's like it's freaky. And yeah, you should try it sometime when you're going to Roseburg. Go up through Nevada.
Tell me what all the people said.
Okay, I'll catch up here. Cheetah says, what is a Texas? That's a good question. I don't think anybody fully knows. Jesse says, touche, Craig. Jonesy loves Texas. Jesse says it's Highway 140. I guess, is that what we're on? Or are you talking about the one in Oregon? Have you been on that one? Oh, been there, done that. Oh, then you know exactly what we're talking about.
Isn't it spectacular, the view, though?
Yeah. And then I got a funny story about that. But let's see. Rob says, looks like the south of Columbus had a good ride. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's when we really hit it good. When we were just leaving Columbus, it was like that storm was going crazy. If anybody wasn't here, rewind the video
to
when we're leaving.
Another country.
Whole nother country. It's a whole nother country. That's right. So, Jesse, I wanted to tell you this story real quick. So, one time we were actually leaving Oregon at night. We were just going to drive as far as we could before we had to stop and get some sleep. And we purposely, this gal over here, I'll let you see her real quick. Say hi to the people. So she actually planned our route, and her idea was, hey, we're going to go a different route to avoid the cliffs of death, right? So she planned a whole separate route, but somehow we missed a turn or something, and we didn't know it. And I should mention it's dark, wet, and super foggy, right? So the gist is we're going around, you go all around all these windy roads before you get to it. So at some point, I went around and I was heading up the cliffs of death, right? But I had no idea because it was so dark and so foggy. In the daytime, when you're coming from Oregon heading east, you see the cliffs off in the distance, and you see the cliffs and you're coming up to them going like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna go up that like solid rock wall. But we didn't see them coming because of the dark and the fog and everything. And I was like halfway up it, and I wasn't freaked out because I had no idea that I was on them, because it was, like I said, the fog was so thick you couldn't really see more than like, I don't know, 10 feet. And so I'm about halfway up it, and then all of a sudden Corrine she's there studying the map and looking at the GPS, and then she goes, oh, we're on the cliffs of death. And it freaked me out. I was like, why did you tell me that? Now
Were we driving like a huge U-Haul?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think we were driving a U-Haul, and I was like, why did you tell me this? Like, I was fine. I wasn't nervous because whoa. I gotta flip the camera around because we got some crazy lightning happening. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off this way. Woo! We're back in the lightning. But anyway, I told her, like, why did you tell me about this? Because I would have got up at no problem and not realized where I was. But now I'm like super nervous because now I know that if I go more than like 3 feet off the shoulder, like, we're dead. Well, everybody, there's some lightning happening again. So welcome back to the storm. Although we are going to head south again, so enjoy it while you can, because I believe the majority of the storm is now east of us, and we're going to turn south here in about a mile or two. So keep your eyes open for that road. But anyway, that's our crazy cliffs of death story. And for anybody that's never experienced it, you got to do it one time. It's at the southeast corner of Oregon going into Nevada. And Jesse says, we drove the Cliffs of Death, Highway 140, once and vowed never to do that again. Too scary, especially in fog and at night. Oh yeah, it's pretty insane. But I bet that's fun coming from Texas, because I would think that between Texas and Oregon, there's some good lightning. I would think there's a lot of different routes you could take, so you could have a lot of fun with that, seeing different sights and stuff. We always try to take a little bit of a different route when we go to Oregon, but there's only so many you can take without going like hours and hours out of your way. We have done a few routes that added like a couple hours to our drive, but it was worth it to see some new stuff.
The cars, they just went over they came and visited us out in Kansas, our friends from Northern California, and they went out through the Rockies, and they said that there were giant potholes in the middle of the pass through the Rockies, so that made it really interesting.
Yeah, they said they were like freaked out because all through the Rockies in Colorado, they said it was just gigantic potholes, and they were sure they were going to blow a tire.
And then to top it off, their air conditioning went out when we were in the middle of the heat wave with 100+ weather, so just perfect timing. So they had to get their car repaired when they were visiting us.
Yeah, unfortunately it didn't delay their trip too much. They were planning to be at our place 3 days. This is your turn here.
Yeah, okay.
They were planning to be at our house for 3 days, and I think their departure got pushed back by a few hours, but it wasn't too bad. And then it was sad too, because our friend Josh, he has allergies, and we didn't even think about this, and I don't know if they could have planned their trip at a different time anyway, but so he arrives right it was like right at the tail end of harvest season. So as you can imagine, like all the pollen and dust is really stirred up because tractors have just been plowing these fields for weeks, and so he got a pretty bad dose of the allergies.
Yeah, we went down to Lake Wilson.
Okay, I'm gonna flip you back around real quick because we turned south, so there's no lightning to see, except you might see some behind me in the window occasionally.
And we went swimming down there, and their kids had a wonderful time. And their kids were saying, "Oh, I want to move to Kansas. I love Kansas." And poor Josh was just sitting there with like a swollen face.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to move to Kansas.
But I think what really made the parents like sort of interested in Kansas is when we showed them there's a house that we're flipping that we bought and we're fixing it up. And when we told them, it's a huge house. It's actually a 4-story place. And we were like, oh yeah, we picked this up for a cool 30 grand. They were like, what? It needs a lot of work, but it's a big house for 30 grand. And you can find these deals every so often out here in Kansas. But it's amazing because you can't get a broken down trailer down by the river for that price in Oregon. Okay, Jesse's got some fun facts for us. He says State Route 140, SR 140, is a 2-lane state highway in Humboldt County, Nevada. It serves a sparsely populated section of the state connecting northwestern Nevada to southern Oregon. Hey, thanks for that little bit of trivia. And
tell us about the Lincoln Highway.
The Lincoln Highway, where's that?
Yeah, up here in Nebraska. I think it's Highway 30. It was the first coast-to-coast highway.
But I shouldn't scare everybody away from trying the Cliffs of Death, because it actually is pretty cool, and it is a beautiful, it's scary, but it's a beautiful sight if you're there on a clear day. When you come up over that and you're looking down into the valley below, it's like an insanely beautiful view, and it's kind of a type of geography that you don't see anywhere else in Oregon. It's almost like you're on an alien planet. It's so bizarre. But and then coming the other direction, coming from the bottom heading up, when you first see those cliffs, like, it is quite the impressive thing, because you just see this rock wall in the distance, and it gets bigger and bigger as you get closer, and then finally you're like, wow, we got to drive up that thing. But it is definitely a sight to see, just something you'll never forget. Okay, the Lincoln Highway is the first road for automobiles Across the United States, the Lincoln Highway runs coast to coast from Times Square in New York City west to Lincoln Park in San Francisco.
Oh, so that's why they call it Lincoln Highway. Or maybe it's vice versa.
Or maybe it's just named after Lincoln. Well, either way it is because it goes to Lincoln Park. Well, thanks for the fun trivia. Corrine is a lover of all things trivia. That woman has a wealth of random, useless facts in her head.
My brain is very trivial.
That's why she can never remember anything I tell her, because she's got to store all those facts up there. These random... Oh, hey everybody. I would like to welcome you. I got to turn this around. I'd like to welcome you to Stromsburg, or it's probably pronounced Stromsburg, which is the Swede capital of Nebraska. So if you like all things Swedish, Stromsburg is your place. I don't think you can see much right now at night, but they do have some cool stuff here. It's a cute little town. But I think, we haven't been there yet, so I can't say. But from what I've seen in other people's videos, we have a Swedish town in Kansas that I think is cooler than Stromsburg, because the videos I've seen make it look pretty awesome. And that's called Lindsborg. We actually have been to, there's a little Swedish town not far from us. What's that one called?
Scandia?
Scandia. And Scandia is a cute little Swedish town, but it's tiny, and there's really not a whole lot Swedish about it other than the name, and then there's a few shops that make the little wooden horses and such.
Yeah, but the people who sell the furniture for the antique shops, they delivered it for free to our place 30 minutes away.
Look, on the left, Swedish flag on the sign. I don't know if you can see it, and it says, welcome to Strasbourg, and then under it says, Velkommen, or however they say it.
And they even used their vehicle to do it. Well, of course they would do that, but it's because we couldn't fit the table in our car that they just took their pickup truck and delivered it to our house 30 minutes away. Yeah, so this nice old Swedish vendor is just like, oh, you live half an hour away? No problem, I'll throw it in my truck. I like to get out to that town once in a while anyway. And he just brought our furniture all the way over there. No charge. Okay, we got some more info coming in on the hotline. Jess says the city of 1,200 residents, known as the Swede capital of Nebraska, capitalizes on its Swedish heritage with Swedish storefronts and buildings on its town square and 2 Swedish-themed festivals. Well, thank you. Don't go to the Victorian Festival in Superior. There's nothing Victorian about that festival.
Nobody's talking about the Victorian Festival.
We're talking about festivals, okay?
Okay. Misha says, Lindsborg, Kansas. I still want to go there. Misha, you have no excuse for not having gone there, because you're a Kansan.
That's right, Misha.
I assume you're a long-time Kansan. Are you a lifelong Kansan, perhaps? I don't know your full story, but and I think that's only an hour from you, maybe an hour and a half. I know it's about an hour and a half from us. We're on the opposite side of it from you as you. But anyway, it looks like an adorable little town. Okay, we got some more trivia on the hotline with Jesse. So Stromsburg was given the title of the Swede capital of Nebraska by Governor Frank B. Morrison in 1966 at the Swedish Festival. The Swedish Festival is held in June each year and showcases...
No, it's Der Swedish Festival.
Der Swedish Festival. And showcases Stromsburg's Swedish heritage. Stromsburg Public School was established in 1887. From the Swedish Festival to First Friday concerts, to a walk around town on the tree-lined streets, and so much more, there is something for everyone in Stromsburg.
Everyone?
Everyone. Thank you. And here's a fun Swedish fact. The gal driving me home right now has some Swedish heritage herself.
30%, y'all.
She's 30% Swede, and I know she's embarrassed.
100% awesome.
But she's a whole bunch of percent German.
Ew, germs.
Misha says, LOL, I'm busy. We were military and have been here 13 years. Okay, That's a long time. I'm sure you are busy every minute. Hey, Misha, maybe we should all meet up there since it's in the middle.
She threw in there that she's part of the military so that we wouldn't blame her for anything. Be like, oh, well, military. Oh, okay, well, you do what you want.
Yeah, she's playing the military card. But hey, we should all bring your hubby and we can all meet up there for dinner sometime. How's that sound?
Swedish meatballs.
Yeah, we could have some good Swedish meatballs. I just hope they're as good as IKEA's. IKEA's actually were pretty good. Nebraska fact. The state attained statehood on March 1st, 1867, becoming the 37th state to join the Union. Nebraska fact. The 6 bordering states are Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, South Dakota, and Wyoming. Nebraska, nicknamed Beef State and Cornhusker State, has 93 counties. The state's capital is Lincoln. Hey, I got a fun fact you left out, or maybe you just haven't got to it yet. But here's something I think is interesting. Nebraska is in 2 different time zones. How weird is that? It's not that big of a state, but the western little, I guess they call it the Panhandle. The Panhandle is in a different time zone than the rest of the state. So bizarre.
How bizarre.
I think that would get kind of confusing for the residents. I think, like, if you're in the same state, you should make the time zone go around your state.
Isn't that awesome that daylight savings time is going to go away?
Yeah, that's the rumor, that they're going to get rid of daylight savings time. I'll believe it when I see it. Nebraska fact. Nebraska is the only state in the U.S. that's triply landlocked. This means it is at least 3 states away from the ocean in every possible direction. Huh. Misha says, I will have to ask my daughter. I've been waiting for her. She's not as outgoing as I am, but I do want to see those rock forms north of Salina someday too. Oh, I'm not familiar with those. We'll have to look that up. I didn't know there was some out there.
She would want to be with us? What's wrong with us?
Yeah, you tell your daughter that we don't bite, at least not too hard.
Not too hard yet.
And Jesse with more facts. The Missouri River, the longest river in the U.S., forms the border between Nebraska and Iowa, Missouri. Misha says, my daughter did a report on Lindsborg in college. Oh, that's cool. Jesse, more facts. Nebraska is almost the same size as Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan, I think I said that right.
Yeah.
Nebraska has a population of 1.96 million. This makes it the 14th least populous state in the U.S. between Idaho and New Mexico.
There's a lot of countries that end in stan.
Hey, Jonesy says he's been to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh.
Jonathan says the largest county by population in Nebraska is Douglas County. That's funny because we're from Douglas County, Oregon.
I think that was the largest county in Oregon.
Yeah, that's funny because that is the largest. Oh, but he's saying by population.
Oh, okay.
In Oregon, Douglas County is the largest by land size, but not even close by population. That's where Omaha is located, and the smallest county is Hooker County. Nobody likes the Hooker. Misha says, LOL, I will tell her. She once wanted to move to Oregon, so maybe you'll have some pull. Yes, do not move to Oregon.
Visit the Oregon coast, and that's it.
Yeah, go visit the Oregon coast. Oregon has some of the most beautiful coastline in the world, no joke. Don't go there to swim because it's ice cold, but go there to walk on the beaches. They are absolutely beautiful. But don't move there because the whole state smells like pot. The fires are burning like 1 or 2 months out of the year. You get to breathe smoke. There's homeless people in every town, even some of the smaller towns are crawling with homeless people. They will commit petty theft whenever they can. They'll steal anything that's not glued down. And yeah, Oregon was an awesome state to grow up in, but sadly it's really heading south.
It's done the way of the dodo.
In fact, watch the Nick Johnson YouTube video called Unboxing Oregon. That should give her a pretty good picture of what Oregon is. Just look out for this one Oregonian that they interview in it. He's absolutely crazy.
She said something. Can
Okay.
you not pump your own gas?
Well, let me go down the list here. Where was I? Nebraska has Badlands and Sandhills in the west, Great Plains in the center, and low hills in the east. 92% of the state is farm and ranch land, more than any state except Texas, Montana, or Kansas. And here's another fun fact. Whenever you see those cell phone coverage maps of the U.S., look closely at them. All the companies, I think Verizon, T-Mobile, whoever you're looking at, they always have a big black hole in the middle of the map. That's Nebraska. Nobody covers Nebraska for cell phones. It's weird. Nebraska is NE is the abbreviation for Nebraska. Jonathan says the largest county by land size is Cherry County, but only the 66th in terms of population. The state motto of Nebraska is equality before the law. Misha says, can you not pump your own gas? It smells that way in Denver, where my sons are. Misha, yes, you cannot pump your own gas in most places. They now made a new law where in some very rural areas they can let people pump their own gas because it's not practical to always have a station attendant. But in most towns and cities, they pump the gas for you, which is actually kind of nice. You get there and you just roll down your window and hand them your money and say, fill it up.
But if you're wanting to get gas at 2 a.m.,
yeah,
it's not so nice.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes it's hard because some gas stations will be closed at night and you can't pump your own, so that kind of sucks. She says, I think we convinced her to stay here. Good. Are you talking about us right now talking, or you and your husband? Nebraska state slogans have included where the West begins, and honestly, it's not for everyone. Well, here's a funny slogan. Whenever you go into Nebraska, all their signs that say welcome to Nebraska say the good life. So we always joke when we're going back to Kansas that we're going back to the so-so life. All right. Unboxing. Hey, he's got links to the Unboxing Oregon. Jesse, have you seen the Unboxing Oregon videos? If not, watch them closely because you're in for a surprise. There's a really funny guest in the middle of the videos. I can't remember if it's part 1 or part 2. I think it's part 1.
Well, he even does a shout out to a special video.
Yeah,
too.
in fact, Nick Johnson does a little shout out to a certain music video that may be about Roseburg, Oregon. So keep your eye peeled for that. But if you're not familiar with Nick Johnson, his videos are pretty funny. He covers the different states in the U.S. and he does it in a really funny way. And he makes cute little songs about each state. They're really terrible, but they get stuck in your head and you'll be singing them all day. Let's sing the Montana one. If you live in Montana, then you drive a truck. If you then you drive a truck. If you live in Montana, then you drive a truck. If you live in Montana, then you drive a truck. Okay, he's got the word. Jonathan says the word Nebraska comes from a Sioux word meaning flat water. Huh. Interesting. Then Jesse put up all the unboxing links. Jonesy says at Lincoln, Nebraska, the Haymarket District's hip shops and restaurants were great. That's cool. Yeah, we've only briefly explored Lincoln, but we definitely want to get there. Hey, some more lightning is back.
You know, if you go to Lincoln, you can get the best deals off of Craigslist. Lincoln is like the best place for Craigslist.
Well, yeah, Jesse, you got to watch them because they do a little section on Roseburg, so your wife will enjoy that. Misha says previously we convinced her. The rock formations are at Mushroom Rock State Park west of Salina near Highway 140. So we're going to have to check that out. That sounds like something we would enjoy.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Misha, have you been to Wilson Lake? There's some really cool, if you haven't, that's another must-see for any Kansan. You got to go to Wilson Lake and do the Rocktown Trail hike. It has some really cool rock formations on it. And the hike,
a little beach.
And the hike is really lovely. It's not a strenuous hike at all. There's a couple like really small hills, but it's a beautiful hike. You end up at one point on a beach, and you see all kinds of great critters. We've seen turtles. On our last visit there, we got to see a Texas
horned toad.
Wasn't it a lizard? I think it was a Texas horned lizard.
Okay.
And then we see like all kinds of frogs, birds, bunnies, just wildlife galore. Okay, hold on, I'm getting behind here.
You talking too much.
Nebraska's official state drink is milk, the same as 20 other states, while Kool-Aid is the official state soft drink. That should be their welcome to Nebraska. They should say, welcome to Nebraska. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Isn't that where Kool-Aid started?
Actually, Kool-Aid started, I believe, in Hastings, Nebraska, because we've been to Hastings, and I think they have a museum there. We haven't been to it, but I think we saw it.
You gotta go to that.
It was either Hastings or what's the other one with the H, where the train goes, where my parents arrived? Holdridge.
Yeah.
I think it's Hastings, though. It's either Hastings or Holdridge, but I'd say Hastings.
I think we would have remembered. We would have got to it if it was in Holdridge.
Nebraska's state fossil is the mammoth. They lived in the state from 2 million to 10,000 years ago. That's if you believe those crazy scientists. There are no national parks in Nebraska, but the state is home to 9 state parks, protecting 0.3% of the state's land. That sounds pretty similar to Kansas, though. Not much state parks or anything in Kansas.
You guys do have more bike trails in Nebraska than Kansas, so that's for sure.
Okay, part of the historic Oregon Trail runs through Nebraska. Visitors can hike about half a mile on the actual trail. Misha says, oh cool, I've been looking for good hiking spots with trees, lol. Well, I'm sorry, Misha, but there's not very many trees on that hike.
There's a little grove. There's
a small grove of trees. But it's beautiful because there are some amazing views along the hike of Wilson Lake. And my favorite part is that the hike is a loop. So you get to see, new stuff the whole way. You're not like, going hiking up and then coming back the same way, which I love.
There's also a ravine.
Oh yeah, there's a beautiful ravine.
It's really pretty.
It is a gorgeous, gorgeous hike. I highly recommend it. And if you like to dip your feet in the water, it goes down to a little beach on the side of the lake, a nice sandy beach, and you can actually wade out about 30, 40 yards, and it's only like a little over waist deep. It's
the shelf is
really nice.
Really long there.
It was a Texas horny toad. Well, no, it was a lizard that we saw. I think it was called the Great Texas Horned Lizard or something. Now, I know about the toads that you're talking about, but what we saw was a lizard for sure. Hastings. Okay, Jonathan says Hastings. That's where the Kool-Aid Museum is, and we need to go and see that. But apparently that's where Kool-Aid started.
We went to the Dr. Pepper Museum in Texas, so we gotta go to the Kool-Aid Museum in Hastings.
Yeah, Jesse, Dr. Pepper has been my lifelong favorite soda, so I definitely went, when we were in Texas one time, went to the thing. Was it Waco? I think it was Waco, right? Or was it Plano?
Right.
Waco, I believe, where they have a museum and you can still get...
Did you know?
Huh?
Did you know?
Here comes a fun fact, everybody.
That Plano, Texas is one of the happiest places to live in America.
I did not know that.
Yeah, now you know.
Well, here's a fun Plano fact. I used to work in Southern California at a big utility company, and I did customer service. And whenever people are moving to a new address and starting service, we always ask what address they're moving from. Basically, it's just to verify if they need to close their service. But every once in a while, I'd get somebody from Plano, and I would say, where are you moving from? And they would give me an address, and they would say, or actually, just right off the bat, they would say, oh, I'm moving from Plano, Texas. And I always thought they were saying plain old Texas, like with an accent, like I'm from Plano, Texas. So I always thought that was so funny. I'm like, yeah, but I need the city. And they're like, no, it's Plano. Okay, here's some fun facts I'm going to read through real quick. There's a Nebraska Sandhills Cowboy Hall of Fame in Amesworth to honor the Western lifestyle. The Lied Jungle at the Henry Doorly Zoo in Omaha is the world's largest indoor forest. It covers 8 stories and 1.5 acres. Hey, fun fact, we went to the Henry Doorly Zoo in Omaha and we made a cool video or two about it. So you got to go back and watch our video. And I would say that's one of the best zoos I've ever been to. The Omaha Zoo is just awesome. So many cool critters.
I like the aquarium a lot.
Yeah. All right. The largest covered porch swing. Hey, hey, guess what? We know it's in Hebron, Nebraska because it can fit 25 adults. We just went there just a few days ago on our last trip up, and we made a video about it, which is not online yet. We haven't produced it, but we did shoot a video with a couple of the local guys. So look for that coming soon. Every year, thousands of people send Valentine's cards to Valentine, Nebraska. The post office there stamps them with its town name and for the recipient.
Oh, that's fun.
Dr. Pepper Zero is my favorite drink. I don't think I've tried the Zero yet. I'm so upset they stopped making the real sugar Dr. Pepper, says Misha. Oh, that's a bummer.
Hey, do any of you now think that cola drinks taste like soap?
Yeah.
Because I had COVID and now it messed with my taste buds and my sense of smell. And I think it tastes like soap, and apparently I'm not the only one.
Huh.
And I have a weird smell for the skunk scent now. Now it smells like plasticky.
Yeah,
to me.
Corrine doesn't really smell skunks anymore. I'll be like, oh, what's that gross smell? And she'll be like, I don't really smell anything. So I predict that she's going to get sprayed sometime because she won't notice the smell and will probably walk right into a skunk.
Right.
Because we have them all over around our house. We saw an adorable mom with like 3 or 4 babies the other day trying to wrangle them to get where she wanted them to go, and they would not cooperate. It was really cute. Okay, fun fact, Panorama Point is the highest point in the state at 5,424 feet. Nebraska's lowest point is 840 feet at the Missouri River. That's amazing, actually. I had no idea that there was that much of a variance in elevation within Nebraska. That's crazy. That's almost unbelievable. Are you sure you got that fact right? Misha said, oh my goodness, Misha has not been to the zoo in Omaha.
Misha, get out of your town and go visit stuff.
Misha, just get your hands off that piano and go out and see some stuff. Jonesy says, looking forward to that. Nebraska is located in Tornado Alley, a part of the U.S. that is commonly subjected to tornadoes. Nebraska is one of the 10 whitest states in the U.S., highest percentage of people of European descent, but it's only in the number 10 spot. Fun fact, the number 1 spot goes to Maine. Misha says, not so far for me. I never lost sense of smell or taste, but I think food tastes different in general now.
Yeah.
The first company to sell frozen TV dinners on a nationwide scale was Omaha-based Swanson. Oh, I didn't know Swanson was from Omaha. They're pretty popular out in Oregon, in fact. In the 1920s, Edwin Perkins invented Kool-Aid in Hastings, Nebraska. Edwin's goal was to create a drink concentrate in powder form that's juice flavored in order to reduce shipping costs. Misha says, after driving cross county to PA, is that Pennsylvania? Or,
yeah.
I think so. In Colorado.
I just want to know, what city in Kansas is Hallmark from? Is it from Hastings?
That's not in Kansas.
Or
It's
Hayes? Or?
Yeah, maybe Hayes. I'm not sure. She says Pennsylvania and Colorado. I get all drove out. I gotcha. The Reuben Sandwich is another Nebraska invention. Chef Bernard Schimmel invented his delicious sandwich for his customer Reuben Kulakowski at the Blackstone Hotel in Omaha. The Reuben Sandwich is a combination of rye, corned beef, sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, and Russian dressing. The delicious chocolatey meltaways have been produced by the Baker family for 3 generations. Baker's candies originated in Greenwood, Nebraska. Hey, but guess what candy is from Kansas? Nothing less than Russell Stover.
No, that's not true.
Well, he was from Kansas.
Yeah.
So the guy that Russell Stover himself is from a town not far away from where we live. I think it's Alton. Was he from Alton? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Can you give me the Butterfinger from the cooler?
Yeah. Licorice International in Lincoln is the largest licorice retailer and importer in the U.S. Yes, they have an outlet in Abilene. Jonesy says, how's the temperature at night here? Mid-afternoon. Oh, here, mid-afternoon, it's 33.8 Fahrenheit. What? That's freezing. Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys have opposite seasons. The temperature at night here in Fahrenheit, lately it's been about 70 in Kansas, which is nice. We had a few nights that were warm up in the 80s, but lately it's been dipping down to about 70 overnight. Okay. Okay, hold on, everybody. Corrine needs her candy bar.
Yeah. Should just be on top there.
Put it in this plastic bag. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Where did I
right.
put that other thing of nuts?
Oh, I put it down on the floor for you.
Okay, I'll look for it later. Okay, I'm back, everybody. All right. Gotta get my seatbelt back on. Okay, let me see where we left off here. Sorry about that interruption, but Green's got to have chocolate.
I was hungry.
Kincaid's Brewing Company in Broken Bow, Nebraska uses local pumpkins, corn, hops, and even jalapenos to make its beers. Nice.
This one's gross.
Omaha Steaks, Speedway Motors, Cabela's, and TD Ameritrade are some famous companies that started in Nebraska. More popcorn is made in Nebraska than any other state. Cheetah says 75 degrees at night, so that's up in Michigan. Jonathan says, Corrine, what was the fact you were going to say about Hallmark? Oh, she was trying to think about where it's from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from somewhere in Kansas, we heard, but I'm sure Jesse will find it for us. But Hallmark, we believe Hallmark started. Oh, is that what Misha was saying about Abilene? Or was she talking about Russell Stover? I don't know. She said something was in Abilene. I don't know. First record in the U.S. and approximately 1 million trees were planted. The idea spread by 19 additional 45 states have adopted the holiday. In Nebraska, it's technically illegal to burp or sneeze in church. Old law states that it's forbidden for barbers to eat onions between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. so they won't have bad breath. It's 1 degree Celsius in Tasmania at the moment and getting to -5 later tonight. Yikes. That is pretty darn cold. Oh, the Russell Stover factory. So that's what she was talking about. That's what I thought. That's in Abilene. And Abilene is a very lovely town.
I love Abilene.
We just discovered it not too long ago, a few weeks back, and we thought it was very charming. Jonathan says, originally started at 411 Norfolk Avenue here in town before it was known as Hallmark. Oh, so it's from Nebraska. Cool. He says that was before it was known as Hallmark. Maybe it moved to Kansas later or something. I don't know. Misha says it's illegal to spit on sidewalks around here. But, Misha, do they enforce that? Have you ever heard of anybody getting a fine for that? Or is that just another one of those old laws? Corrine hopes so, because she would like me to get a fine because I spit too much.
Yeah.
Okay, more history from Jesse.
You can't get a fine because you are so fine.
On January 10th, 1910, a teenager from Nebraska stepped off a train in Kansas City, Missouri, with little more than big dreams and 2 shoeboxes of picture postcards. From those inauspicious beginnings...
We all did.
From those inauspicious beginnings, an iconic brand was born. More than 100 years and billions of well wishes later, Hallmark Cards continues to thrive there with the grandsons. Oh, so it's Missouri. Huh. Somebody told us it was Kansas. They lied to us.
Liars.
We did go to the Eisenhower Museum, but it was closed, so we didn't go inside. But we walked around the grounds and saw the, his little
Presidential library,
his birth home and all that, which was all fenced off for some reason. I don't know, is that for vandals or I don't know. It had a fence all around it, like a construction fence. Have not heard of enforcement. LOL. Hallmark Cards is a private family-owned American company based in Kansas City, Missouri. So I guess we just misheard. It's a Missouri company. Yeah, but it is legal for women to go topless too, and that's not really practiced either. Wait, what do you mean not really practiced? So is there a few of them is there a few ladies that do it? That's crazy. There was a town in Oregon, that Ashland, Oregon, that was kind of a artsy fartsy town, and they also had like something where women could run around topless. But according to a news story I once saw, the only woman that did was some really scary looking hippie lady. But anyway, yeah, there's some weird laws out there. San Francisco, Francisco de Coronado was the probably first European to arrive in Nebraska in 1541, claiming the area for Spain. Well, that claim sure didn't hold up. I'm sure there are. Have a safe drive home. Hey, thanks for joining us, Misha. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
We really enjoy these little chats where we get to kind of get to know everybody a little better. And hey, find out if your daughter is not scared of us, and let's all meet up at the Swedish town sometime for dinner. That would be fun. We're down in Salina all the time, so it's actually surprising that we have not yet been there, because I think it's just another 15 minutes out of Salina. But yeah, that would be super fun. We would love that if you guys are up for it. All right, more fun facts. In 1803, the U.S. purchased Nebraska as part of the Louisiana Purchase from France. In 1822, the first town in Nebraska was established, Bellevue. From the 1840s to 1860s, pioneer caravans crossed Nebraska on the Oregon Trail, other historical trails. Yes,
it was a flyover state even back then. Right?
So it was a flyover state back then, even when people weren't flying. It was a drive over state, I guess you would say. Hey, no, I didn't remove your wrench. At least I didn't intentionally.
That's what he said.
Yeah, you were getting too crazy with that monkey wrench, so I had to take it away before you hurt someone. Okay, let me see how to get it back to you, buddy. I swear I didn't. I might have accidentally bumped something when I was trying to get Kareen's chocolate out of the back. Okay, hold on. I don't do this very often. So let's see.
Now he's pretending to not know how to do it.
Okay, click on him. Okay, here we go. Oh, I can put you in timeout. That's kind of tempting. Let's put him in timeout. Whatever that means. Does it like stick you in the corner?
I don't think he can comment for like a minute or two. I don't know.
Add moderator. Okay, I added you back. I have no idea, because I don't know how I could have done all that by accidentally bumping the phone. But there you go. You have your wrench back, so no need to cry. I should make some more people moderators. I never really think of doing that. How many people are still on here? Supposedly we got 6 folks with us still. So anyway, sorry for anybody tuning in expecting to see the storm. If you want to see the storm, just rewind to the first 30-40 minutes of the video. Uh-oh, Jesse's crying now.
We should fight or something. We should do something entertaining so that when people pop on and want to see a storm.
Hey, so Jesse, we might go down to your neck of the woods one of these days, because we were sitting here thinking about how we missed the ocean, and I did a little studying of the map and realized that our nearest ocean is the one just outside of Houston. I think that's Galveston, isn't it? That's our nearest. Well, it's it's the Gulf, but
that's where
it's close.
Allison lives. Allison Galveston.
Allison who?
I don't know. She's from. All my exes live in Texas, so.
Oh, brother. Anyway, so we were thinking one of these days we all want to hop in the car and head down to Houston and go get in a little beach time, because that's one of the things we miss most about being on the West Coast, is getting in our beach time. Yeah, you can tell we love the beach. That's why we moved about as far as you can get from it.
Yeah.
guess
sleep.
Galveston, Galveston. I guess everybody went to sleep on us. Or maybe they were just fascinated by all the fun facts. And they just are...
Do you know the only that's better than...
Oh, I love that song. My Old Kentucky Home. That's awesome. Are you factful? Factful.
You can keep the facts coming.
Come visit in Tasmania. Cool beaches, huh? The problem with that, Jonesy, is, I haven't looked when I was young a lot. And I used to always just go wherever I could get cheap tickets. Well, guess where I could never, ever get cheap tickets? Australia. It was always like crazy expensive. There were even places that were just as far and just as hard to get to that would sometimes have deals. You could go really cheap. But it seems like Australia, and this was, a million years ago, back when I was like in my young 20s, it seems like they were always well over $1,000 for a round trip ticket from the west coast of U.S. I don't know. I mean, nowadays they're probably more because of inflation and all that. But man, I always wanted to go to Australia, but I just couldn't justify like dropping all that money because I'm like, man, I could get tickets to like 2 other places.
That's what everybody that goes to New Zealand says when they come back. They just say it's expensive.
Jesse says y'all keep buffering. Sorry about that. It's just Nebraska, southern Nebraska has pretty poor service. Oh, and remember what I said earlier. When you see all the different cell phone carriers, when they flash their map on screen during their commercials, you'll always see a big black hole in the middle of everybody's map, and that's Nebraska. So, for some reason, nobody likes Nebraska, the cell phone companies.
What did they say about going to Hawaii?
Try going to Hawaii, then on to Australia. It's cheaper for me that way. Oh, I never thought about that. I've never been to Hawaii either, and probably partly for that.
I have.
Yes, Corrine actually lived in Hawaii for a few months, going to school out there briefly.
Until I blew all my money. Then I came back home.
She blew all her money on gold-plated seashells. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was on barbecued pig.
Luau's.
On luau's. And,
you could go to Luau's for free. All you had to do was sign up for timeshare events, and then you could go to all these luau's and everything for free.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But then the timeshare people try to rope you into joining a cult.
Yeah, they tried. They were real upset when I wouldn't buy.
You gotta buy the timeshare.
Actually, I pretended to be married to somebody.
Nice.
When we went together.
Just like you always do with me.
Yeah.
She always pretends she's married to me.
And then we got to go on I'll wait till you're dead.
Go ahead.
Then we get to go on a glass bottom boat ride and a luau for free.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And did you guys like make out and everything?
No.
You better not have.
We weren't that kind of married couple.
You weren't trying to really sell the whole thing.
No.
Hey, we still got 6 friends on here. I have no idea who's still on here with us, but thanks for joining us on our trek from northeast Nebraska all the way down to north central Kansas. Yeah, we were, Norfolk is almost getting into, it's just, I think it's less than an hour from South Dakota. It's way up there in the corner. And then it's probably also like less than an hour from, I think it's Iowa, right? Iowa is the next state over, I believe.
When you say so.
Yeah.
I kind of blinked. I wasn't listening to you.
Oh, brother.
Why are these people listening to you?
Hey, we got a new guy here. Guy or gal? I can't see your picture, so sorry. It's real small. The 7th son says I just hopped on. Well, welcome, new friend. We sorry for the lack of storm. We started this out as a storm watch. We had some really good thunder and lightning going, lightning.
No.
But,
This storm, it should probably start in about 10 minutes, so hang around.
so yeah, if you rewind this to the first 45 minutes of this, it's a really good lightning storm. But now we're just hanging out with friends, chit-chatting as we drive through southern Nebraska on our way to Kansas. So you're welcome to hang on, and we're just Jesse's sharing fun facts about all over the U.S. and we're just chatting and getting to know everybody a little bit. And who knows? We're in the Midwest, so another storm might pop up at any second. Jesse says you're showing 6 still watching and get sleepy from watching the road lines. That's true. That's true. I'm getting sleepy from watching them.
I've been sleeping for like a half an hour now.
Okay, so Jesse's got a link to the Seventh Sons channel. I'm gonna click on that myself because I'm not familiar with the Seventh Son, and I always love meeting new folks. Okay, he's got videos on avocados. Hey, we love avocados. So
Yeah.
we can definitely get behind that. Oh, he actually has no videos. Those are just playlists. Okay. Well, I was going to follow your channel, but I guess... anyway, welcome to our channel, and welcome to the corn-fed family. Nice to have you. He's the one that was born... Oh, Jesse, you're killing me. Jesse says, he's the one that was born after the 6th son. I'm not a creator. Well, that's cool. Hey, we love everybody, creators, non-creators. We love them all. So we're just happy that you popped in. Maybe you were having trouble sleeping and thought, what are these crazy people doing? But
Hey, it's 12:12. Make a wish.
yeah. Anyway, we're happy to have you, and if there's anything you want to talk about, just feel free to pop on a question or two. And later, when we're done, you should go back and watch the first 45 minutes of this video because it's going to be a pretty awesome storm. Although I think when we're done with a live, YouTube has to process it. So I think you gotta wait a couple hours before it shows up as a video. The Seventh Son says, and 6 never forgave me. There's really only one true creator. Amen to that. What's the next town you guys will hit? Oh, we're coming up to something now. Let me see what this is. Oh, is this Porch Swing Town? I think it might be. Let me see. Oh no, this is
Did we not pass that already? We passed that already.
let me see.
Did we?
What's the next town you guys will hit? We just passed through a town, but I didn't see a sign. That's either was Geneva or it was the Porch Swing Town. Because I recognize that hospital. You know what? I'm gonna open my map here, and I will tell you exactly where we're at.
There should be a sign. Oh no, that just shows
Okay, hold
the
on a
highway.
moment. So we just passed through. Oh, come on, maps. It's not showing me what the town is. Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in and see it.
Here, look. Here's the sign coming up. Not that one. The next one. Next one will show you.
Okay.
You're right next to Geneva.
Oh yeah. So that was Geneva. We just passed through Geneva.
So Hebron is in 25 miles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I guess we haven't passed.
We're 25 miles from the world's largest porch swing. Hey, if everybody really wants us to, we could take a small detour and show you all the world's largest porch swing.
No, it's past midnight.
Sorry, Corrine says no, so forget I said that. It's not that far off the highway, though. It's just like a mile or two.
Yeah. Well, we could do that. It's fine.
Okay, she says we could do it, so
I'm
anyway.
tired, though. You guys all cause our death. Thanks a lot.
So, if we get enough votes of people wanting to see the world's largest porch swing after dark, oh, actually, I need to specify, it's not necessarily the world's largest porch swing. It's technically the world's largest covered porch swing. That's what they call it. So, although I don't know how you would have a porch swing unless it was covered, because if it's not covered, then what is it hanging
They can't even technically call it a porch swing because it's not on a porch.
That's true. So, well, but wait, if you have a porch swing on a porch and you remove it, does it suddenly not become a porch swing anymore?
Right.
Jesse says he's game to see it.
Okay.
All right, she says we'll go do it. Hebron is located at these coordinates, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, has a total of 1.41 square miles. And the facts just keep on coming.
Do you think that the police will get after us because it's a little dinky town?
Hey, I wonder if I could change the name of this video to Crazy Nebraska Storm plus World's Largest Porch Swing.
Yeah, do it.
I don't know if I can edit it from here. No, it doesn't look like I can. Probably have to go into a studio. I hit the studio. They say they like how I record.
Keep going.
I give them Black Train and How Did You Wrong. And every time they see me, man, they tell me that's their song. They say I'm the bomb. They love the way the charm. Hanging from the neck, it complements the arm. And then comes the gear. Shorty stop and stare. People start to hate. Rearrange their face. Little do they know I'm keeping things by waist. Side I reply, nobody got to die. Send them to Little Wheeze, cause I got the fire.
This is why
I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot.
I'm hot because I'm
Fly.
fly.
You ain't cause you're not. This is why I'm hot.
So you can tell it's
There's
after
a little-
midnight.
Yeah, after midnight we break out the hip hop. So look, I could call this video driving down the road and staring at the back of a semi. Come join us. Yo, 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 it's Corn DMZ. Hey, that's better than Run DMC any day.
Don't you say that.
I just insulted Kareem's favorite hip hop group. But we all know who the greatest hip hop artist is of all time.
Sir Seabass, right?
It's Sir Seabass.
Oh.
My own wife doesn't even know what my hip hop name is. I'm not a fisherman.
I improved upon it.
I'm Sir Seabass. I'm always down at the lake.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna pass a semi.
Oh, this is gonna
The
be so.
excitement has peaked.
This is gonna be so exciting.
Yeah. Tell me what their license plate. I think it's from Oklahoma.
Oh, yep, it's an Oklahoma truck. They're from where all the YouTubers are from. Seems like
Explore Oklahoma, it says.
it seems like everybody on YouTube is from Oklahoma. At least all the homesteaders. I guess if you live in Oklahoma, that's what you do. You do a YouTube channel. We got 7 folks on here, but I'm not sure who's on because we've only got a couple people chatting. So if you're on here, you should pop on and say hi.
They're sleeping.
I guess everybody's sleeping at their computer. This is actually probably a good thing to put you to sleep. Just lines go by on the road, like Jesse was saying.
If you can sleep in a car, you can't sleep in a car.
No, I'm talking about people sitting in front of their computers or.
Well, I know, but it's like simulating sleeping in a car.
Yeah, I suppose. Except the only reason you can't sleep in a car is just you can't get comfortable.
Yeah, that's true.
Hello, everyone lurking. There's people lurking. We call them the lurkies. Kareen and I, one of our favorite movies all time was
The
Maze Runner.
Maze Runner. Oh,
Yeah, Maze Runner. And it was so funny because they would say like, there's these creatures that lurk all over. We call them the lurkies. And they'd be like, there's these creatures that hop around. We call them the hoppies. Or, I mean, that's not one, but it was just like, they would act like, oh, we have this name for them. And the name would always just be like whatever they did.
Yeah, they really like to separate different things into groups. And there was a sort of a spoof on it where they would separate the people and say, these are the foodies, these are the hippies here.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Hey, Jonesy says that he's got us on in his pocket. Oh, I think we're buffering. I'm not sure. Oh, I think we're back. So Jonesy has us on in his pocket. So we appreciate that. We hope you're enjoying this very stimulating conversation. Seventh Son says, oh, it went away and it's not appearing down here yet. Oh, now this phone is loading. We got coverage on one phone and not on the other. Live chat. The Seventh Son says, hoping the road sounds put me to sleep. Well, they probably would if you didn't have our annoying voices.
Yeah.
Rattling on. Sorry about that. The conversation here won't load up, although this seems to be still online.
Maybe it's magical because it's in the windshield.
Could be. That probably would help it. I'm just glad it hasn't fallen for a while. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Now it's gonna fall.
Don't praise it or else it'll fall.
Praise you like I do.
It's embarrassed, you know. Doesn't like praise.
We've been a long, long way together. Through the hurt, I gotta praise you like I should.
Have you guys seen the music video to that where they're at a mall and they're doing like a dance troupe to it? It's pretty great.
It's epic. Epic. If you haven't seen Praise You by Fatboy Slim, look it up on YouTube. It's like such a funny music video. It looks like just some total amateur video, but then you realize, hey, this is Fatboy Slim, like one of the best-selling, like I don't know what category he's in. Dance, techno, hip hop. He does a little bit of everything. But yeah, it's really goofy. It's just like they go to this shopping mall and then start dancing to a ghetto blaster boombox deal. Oh, that's pretty. There's 3 crosses over there. And then the mall security tries to shut them down. And I'm pretty sure it's not staged. I'm pretty sure they like legit just did this.
We just went over Dry Sandy Creek.
Oh, Jesse put up the link to the video.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
I just think that's funny when you call it a dry creek. It's like a dry ocean or something.
Oh, look at the intro to the video. It says a Torrance film production or something. Oh, it starts showing all the people doing their stretches and stuff. This is too funny. Oh, yes, that video, so epic. But don't watch it right now, everybody. You got to stay on here with us because we're about to pass another semi. And you don't want to miss that.
It is not any semi.
We just lost a viewer. They're not going to know the excitement they missed when we passed the Paragon semi truck from Paragon Freight Inc.
Well, what's their license plate?
They are from.
Is that from Oklahoma again? Or, no, it's not.
I can't even tell.
What does it say?
I cannot even read it. I don't know. It's all worn out. I have no idea where they're from because.
But they're busy delivering excellence.
Their license plate was worn out. I don't see any indicating on the side either.
They're from a government agency, a secret government agency.
Yeah, you know, we have secret government stuff going on in rural Kansas. Corrine was driving one day and she saw like a whole caravan of all black SUVs that you see like, you know, in the movies when it's like the FBI or the government.
There was about 12 of them.
Yeah, 12 all black SUVs.
Going down the back Kansan Road.
Yeah, going down the back Kansan Road in the middle of the prairie. So we're like, what is going on out here?
Whatever it was, they didn't want to be noticed.
Yeah.
So they were waving back at me.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe the government has a secret compound. Or maybe Biden was just lost. Oh, did you hear that Joe Biden said he had cancer, like on accident? So funny.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was doing a speech in his home, in like his hometown. He's from Delaware, right? Or
He's from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Anyway, he was talking, and he's like talking about this like coal plant that was there, and he said, "Oh yeah, in the winter, we'd have to get all the." He was saying that like when there was condensation, they had to get all the oil slick off their windows in the cars and stuff. And he's like, and that's why me and so many other people I know ended up getting cancer. And then his press secretary had to say, oh, he didn't mean that him personally got cancer. But he clearly said it. He's like, me and so many other people I know got cancer from this. It was implying that he got cancer because of fossil fuels. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. But it was just so funny that he just casually mentions that he got cancer. Like, hey, oh, by the way, I had cancer. It's like, oh, well, you never announced this. But I think, most of his stories are pretty made up anyway, so why not make up one about having cancer?
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know if he has or hasn't had it.
Yeah, he probably assumes he did have it. Can you say pandering? I can say it. I'm very good at it. But it's like, oh man, this guy's like nonstop comedy. And it's so funny because when you're Jesse, when your fellow Texan was the president, I'm talking about the younger George W, or as I like to call him, Jorge W. Bush. Whenever he would make a little slip up, and it was usually like he would just pronounce a word wrong or something. Do you remember the field day the media would have? Oh my goodness, they would go nuts because he mispronounced some silly word. Like how he would say nuclear or something, or strategery. Or
the gynecologists need to love the women.
Yeah, the gynecologists need to love the women, which he said at one point. But anyway, he would do these occasional slip-ups. Oh, and they would go crazy. But Biden is saying stuff like every day, and you barely see. Usually, where you have to find it is the alternative media on YouTube. Like all the the mainstream media hardly will. They might briefly mention it, but I remember when Bush was in, man, they would just go crazy on every little thing he did and just talk about how stupid he was. And then here's a guy that's obviously has no idea what's going on, and they hardly mention it.
I want to tell my story. Because I wrote a letter to Milton Fitzwater, reminded me because he said George Bush, and he was the press secretary to George H. Bush, and also to Ronald Reagan. And he wrote me back, and I wrote him a letter because he did a forward about a tarring party event in Kansas, and I guess one of his relatives was involved in this heinous act a long time ago in the 30s, I think. Anyway, or maybe a little bit before that, 1911, which is before the 30s, so I'm told. But he wrote me back and said he was going to send me a copy of his book where he wrote a fictional account of the whole ordeal. And so I felt really important because I got contacted by a former press secretary to Ronald Reagan. So I'm so important now.
Whoopty frickin' do. Just kidding. Hey, Jesse says that Bush's best one was America.
Yeah.
We all love that one. That one is pretty darn cool. America! It lives on forever. Oh, and not to mention that Biden is now, he's constantly like trying to shake hands with people that aren't there. So he's apparently like seeing ghosts or something. I saw he did it for like the second or third time where he's like on stage and he reaches his hand out to like shake someone's hand and like there's nobody around.
Okay, so you guys want to stay tuned and stay awake because we're about 10 miles out from the world's largest covered porch swing.
Woo!
So you want to stay tuned.
And Jesse says, you two are just too famous for us Plano Mexicans.
Plano.
Are you guys in Plano? They're not in Plano, are they? I don't remember what town you're in, but I was thinking you were like, are you in the Dallas area or something? I don't remember. You're gonna have to tell me again. I have the world's worst memory.
What did I just say?
I don't know. What, were you talking just now?
I don't know.
No, it was a joke. We are in Houston. Oh, well, hey, then we can totally visit you when we go to the Gulf. We can all hang out and dip our toes in the Gulf. And I don't know if we'll meet up with Corrine. Corrine has a aunt that lives somewhere. Cousin lives somewhere in Texas. I think she lives outside of Dallas.
Redhead.
One of them crazy redheads.
Well, she's cousin through my great aunt, so I don't really know what she'd be.
Hey, where did you move from, Jesse? You know, I remember we talked about this. I want to say you all moved from California out there. Is that right? If you like dipping in chocolate milk water, then you're welcome.
No, is it dirty?
Is it pretty gross there at the Gulf?
Or is it really chocolate milk?
Is it not really something we're going to want to do? If so, tell us now. Don't make us get there and then discover that the water is just gross and nasty. I thought that a lot of people went there to like go swimming and stuff. I could be wrong.
Say it isn't so.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Oh, you know what? I should have had my phone plugged in because my battery's gonna die. It's gonna die. It's gonna die and burn in hell. Just kidding.
Don't be too silly.
I was born in East LA. Oh yeah, East Los. I remember now. I moved to Texas when I was 1 year old. Oh, so you're kind of a native Texan. Hey, so trivia question. I don't know if you followed the Astros. You know, I would assume since you're from Houston. Do you remember the pitcher named Bob Nepper? Let me know if you remember that dude. He would have been a pitcher back in the, I would say the late 80s, mid to late 80s. And I think he retired maybe in the early 90s. Lisa's from Oregon and we got married there, and then I moved her to Houston. So wait, so how did you guys meet? I don't know if you told me the story already. What were you doing up in Oregon, or how did that all go down? Or was she living in California for a bit, or what was the story? Or was she hanging out in East Los? Lisa, oh, that's the same one I already read. Come on, we're on pins and needles here. We need to know the story again. I'm sure you've told us before, but you know, by the time you tell us for like the third or fourth time, then we'll actually remember it. So you just got a couple more times to go.
I think this is the town. Is it?
Ooh, I think we're arriving in Portslington. Robert Wesley Nepper is an American former Major League Baseball pitcher from 76 to 90. He pitched 15 seasons for the Giants and Astros. We met in Germany. What? What were y'all doing in Germany?
Were they at a military base, or what? Or are they Nazis, or what's going on?
Oh, and here's why I was asking you about Nepper, because guess where he lived when he wasn't, so he lived obviously in Houston when he was playing, but guess where he lived in the off season? Roseburg, Oregon. Yeah, he had a ranch. Slow down, I think this might be, oh, is that cheap gas place? Yeah, but you can keep going. I think you can get off up there.
Okay.
But is this the town?
It's Hebron, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Oregon
awesome.
Trail Station in Hebron.
Anyway, so yeah, we knew him. He actually had some of his kids went to the same school I went to, so I knew all of his kids. Actually, they all went there. I don't know why I said some. We should fuel up here,
Okay.
right? Or is this? Oh, or no, this was this the cheap one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's below $4.
Well, let's do the gas first because
Okay.
the thing is south of town, sort of.
Okay.
Anyway, so I don't know if Lisa ever knew him, but he was kind of a popular figure in Roseburg when he'd be there in the off season. He had a little ranch, and he was a really nice guy, good Christian dude. His kids, we all went to a Christian school, and he would often come and speak at chapel and just talk about being a Christian and playing pro ball and stuff like that. Okay, we're pausing for gas. Oh, Jesse says, I was stationed there and I worked with Lisa's brother, and when he married a German national, Lisa went to Germany for the wedding. She met me and it was love at first sight for her. You are so terrible. Here,
So number 7.
I'll juice you up real quick.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna pause for a second. I gotta get the gas flowing here.
I'll go take care of the little higgy.
So I gotta do the gas, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody, if you want to see the world's largest covered porch swing, you're just gonna have to hold on for a minute. Oh, where's your app on your phone? Oh, there it is. So we're in that town right now.
Well, if you want to take care of the dog, I'll just do this.
Okay. Well, I guess I gotta lead the folks. So we're in Hebron, Nebraska. So number 7. So if y'all want to see the world's largest covered porch swing, you just got to wait a few minutes. We got to gas up and then we'll head right over there. It's just probably 2 or 3 minutes. So hold on, I got to check on the puppy. Here, I'll bring the puppy on camera so you can all see him. I won't be able to hear you for a minute though. Okay. That sucks because
Well, it's just a little bit.
Hey, come on. Load up. Let's try that again. Here. Let go. Let go. Hold on. Okay, load up. Load up. He tried and like fell back. It's funny. Oh, he wants more food. Hey, get down. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what I missed here. Oh, the fuel here, it's actually pretty cheap. That's why we stopped at this spot. It's $3.99 a gallon. How do you like that?
Actually, it's $3.89.
Well, it's $3.89 for us because we're special Sinclair members. So we get the insider deal.
Who did think we'd be bragging about gas for $3.89 a gallon?
I know. It's so expensive compared to what we were paying a year or so ago. Okay. Next stop, everybody. Oh, we lost a couple people at that stop. Now they're going to miss out on the world's largest covered... You can go out this way. Just go around the building.
Okay.
The world's largest covered porch swing. You can take that back road into town, too. I remember. That's how we came when we left. You got to exit over here, but then it, like, go left.
Go the wrong way. Oops,
Yeah.
I just went over
The curb.
Yeah.
Okay. How much is the diesel? The diesel is $4.99. It's a little steep. We only dropped by 1. Okay. I was thinking we had 6. Oh, we're back to 5 people. Okay. Anybody just joining? We are headed.
You can see it on the side.
We are headed to the world's largest cover. You're going to get to see it at almost 1 in the morning.
Do you think there'll be a bum on there? I don't think so.
If this was, so the world's largest porch swing apparently can hold like 40 people. So if this were on the West Coast, there would be 40 bums sleeping on it. But I would guess in Hebron, Nebraska, there will probably be nobody anywhere near it. And they'll probably arrest us for being out this late at night in their little town. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully we're good to go.
And see, ask us what's up.
And this is the fun part. If y'all are watching, check out, I don't know if you can see them, but watch the signs as we go by. Like, this town is so proud to be the place where the world's largest porch swing is, that it's like the symbol of the porch swing is on like a lot of their city signs. And then there's like signs for it all over town. Like, this is their claim to fame.
It's actually hard to find.
And
like, they'll have signs all over town, but then they won't have like direct signs to it.
And then here's a funny fact. You'll have to wait for our video to come out on this to see this. We talked to a couple local guys, and it was really funny because one guy was talking about, he knew the guy that built it, or at least had a team build it. Is this the way? Yeah.
Yep. We gotta go to the hospital, I guess.
But he was joking, and he said he's from one town over from here, and he said that he was talking with some of his friends and saying like, hey, let's build a porch swing and make it like, 2 inches bigger, and then they'll steal the title of world's largest porch swing. And then this town would have to change all their signs to say world's second largest porch swing. And you can see by the shaking of the camera that this town has the classic cobblestone brick streets. Okay, let me check the chat. There probably won't be any swingers out there this late. I sure hope not.
Okay, coming upon a sign.
Welcome to Hebron, Nebraska after dark. Oh man, somebody left our little group. Hey, keep going. It's like near the town, like when you get into the town. I remember that. We went too far last time, but
you're leaving at the best part. It's like you have to make your way through the entire bad movie so that you can find out the end.
Oh, hey, somebody rejoined. Okay, don't go away, people. We are literally moments away from seeing the world's largest covered porch swing. Moments away.
Whoa, are those bats?
Mere moments. I think those were bats. Okay. So hold tight. We're in Hebron, Nebraska after dark.
I see another sign.
Okay, we're coming into the little downtown, so we're getting pretty close.
What does that
I don't
say?
know. It's not here. It's not here. Keep going.
Okay.
I know because it
says ball field, swimming pool, porch swing, straight ahead. Okay.
Yeah, because I remember we turned. It was a street with shops on it.
Sure it wasn't here?
Nope.
I remember it being kind of hard to find.
Yeah, I think it's probably...
Oh, is it right after the Majestic here?
It could be. Oh. It could be. I would turn down that street because even if it's not this one yet, you'll get to it this way.
Oh, it does say that. See that porch swing on the right?
All right.
Okay.
And isn't that cool? They got the old majestic, and there's little downtown Hebron, Nebraska, y'all.
Okay, guys, here we go.
Brace your, oh, and they light it up at night. I love it. I love it. Brace yourselves. There it is on the right. There it is.
Well, didn't you want to walk up?
Oh,
to
yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll go up to it.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll take the little baby bear with us. He'll like that.
Here it is, everybody. We have arrived. World's largest covered porch swing. Okay, we're going to get out and go see it. Because, you know, we didn't make you guys wait all this time just to see it from the parking lot.
Or we should. We should just leave now.
Yeah, we should say, oh, you saw it. Now let's go. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Hebron. So that's their official, this is their official city symbol. Oh man, we lost a couple people. They made it all the way here and then they're not going to come see the swing. Roosevelt Park. All right. Here we go. She's getting out the puppy.
Okay.
Here comes the wily doggy.
Okay. So I get you contained.
There's Mr. Higgins.
I can't withhold it.
Okay, let's go see the swing. Oh,
He is excited. There's so many things to pee on here.
so many things to pee on. All right, here we go. Brace yourselves, everybody, for the world's largest covered porch swing. I probably shouldn't be too loud. I'm sure everybody in this town is sleeping. But how awesome is this that they light it up at night? Well, there you go. Hey, go sit on it so they can see you guys.
Okay, I'll sit on it with Piggy. Come on.
Jesse says that's actually pretty nice.
Show 'em how it's
When we get there, whoops, hold on, I'm having trouble seeing the chat from my phone now. He says, when we get there, you guys need to go swing on it so we can say we know some Hebron swingers. That's actually pretty nice. So look at this. Look at this giant thing. Pretty crazy.
I don't think he likes it. That's scary.
He's not a swinging puppy.
No.
It's a little squeaky. It could use a little WD-40.
You gotta jump off of the swing. See if I can do it. I'm totally off of it. Woo, I jumped off the swing.
There you go, everybody. Here you can have a first-person perspective of what it's like to swing on the swing. And they have a, here, let me get off of this thing. As you can see, they have like an industrial strength metal brackets holding this up, and then a very industrial looking setup up here to make sure it doesn't fall.
Hey, there's a bear statue over there. We need to show
Oh.
you the bear statue.
Okay, apparently there's a bear statue we need to see. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the world's largest covered porch swing. Look at these lovely little lights. This is a really pretty park. Nice gazebo here. Very lovely place. It's a really quite a cute little town. Hebron, Nebraska. Oh yeah, this is quite a little bear statue here. Pretty cool. And what I love is look how they light this whole park up at night. Like you could come down here for a little midnight snack with your buddies. Got picnic tables. It's all so bright and lovely.
You need to
And
read
look at this
the
guy.
plaque.
That's pretty cool. Let's see, who do we got here? It says, in memory of Marcia Virgin Williams, class of 59, go Bears. A tribute to Hebron, its people, and its schools. This statue of our school's mascot, the Hebron Bear, is dedicated to our classmates and friends who made our time in school so memorable, to the teachers, coaches, school board, volunteers, and administrators who provided the invaluable guidance and motivation early in our lives, and to the local community and its citizens for providing such a wonderful education and place in which to grow up. This school and this community have proudly provided a quality education for nearly 3,500 of its children from 1871 through 2000 as Hebron High School. We dedicate this statue in its honor and memory. Gratefully, the alumni of Hebron High School.
That's really nice.
Very lovely.
Which one has bigger claws?
That bear or
It's a
this
baby
bear?
bear or that bear?
I know this one's a little goofier looking. He's always got his little tongue hanging out.
Well, let's hit the road again.
Yeah.
I want to get home.
Yeah, we got to get home, people. We are, I think we're about an hour and a half away from home. So we probably should, it's probably not wise to be taking these detours, but of course we don't do a lot of things that are wise. And there in the distance here, let me zoom in. You can see the Majestic Theater. Well, Craig, you just saved me a trip. Now I can say, been there, done that. That was very nice. Hey, glad to have helped. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, this is a pretty nice place and all, but I don't know if it's worth the drive from Houston just to see the largest porch swing. It was pretty cool though. When we came here before, it was during the day. There was actually like a little festival going on. And it was neat because the swing actually had a whole bunch of townspeople just kind of sitting on it, rocking, and it seems like a lovely way to just kind of relax and connect with your fellow townsfolk. They got all kinds of funky different types of swings here. Weird. I don't even know what all these things do. And then, this is probably better than the swing. Look at this. You get to ride a alligator? I don't know what this is supposed to be. You tell me, what is this? Kind of a spooky looking thing. I would say it's supposed to be an alligator or crocodile or something. And you rock back and forth on it, just like you would on a real gator. And apparently I lost my wife and dog, so I guess I gotta take the rest of the journey home alone. I have no idea where they went. In the meantime, we can read about the different people that supported this park. Wife and dog, where are you? Where did you all go? I am guessing they probably went and found a restroom or something. I don't know. But yeah, so this symbol of the swing is on signs like all throughout this town. I guess, hey, you got to be proud of something, right? Some towns have nothing. This town, they've got the swing. Well, this will make for a good story. You know, I'll tell people about that time I went to see the world's largest porch swing and then never saw my wife and dog ever again. Where did they go? I guess now we can call the video Wife and Dog Watch. We'll just sit out here and wait for them to appear. In the meantime, I'll see what's going on in the chat. That was very nice. Thanks for stopping. We probably won't be here for long. We have an early morning. Yeah, I totally get it. So what does Roseburg have as their symbol? Umpqua River. Hey, look, it's a wife and dog. I'll take them. Oh man, what is the symbol of Roseburg? Well, I mean, it is the timber capital of the nation. At least that's what they always claimed. I don't know if that's still true, but when I was growing up, they always called it the timber capital of the nation. And Roseburg is actually famous for several reasons.
Load him up. Load up.
Load up.
Load up.
Higgins, load up.
Load up. Good boy. That's a good little boy.
Well, yes, it was Douglas County, but I think Roseburg in specific said that because, well, the mill, the big mill that ran the whole operation was called Roseburg Lumber. And what's funny is that company, Roseburg Lumber, is actually now like a multinational company, I believe. I think they're they're all over the U.S. now. And they changed the name from Roseburg Lumber to just Roseburg. And I think they have plants like in Georgia. And I think they even have some stuff going internationally. But it's become like a huge company.
Do you need to use
But-
the restroom? They have
Oh,
a public restroom. Okay.
Oh, wow. They even have a really nice public restroom over
Yeah,
there.
that's why
That's
I
well
was
lit.
gone.
It looks like it's connected to the firehouse.
Yep, it is.
Awesome. Here, let me put the phone back in the thing. Okay, everyone, say goodbye to the largest porch swing. So Jesse, do you know who? There's a really famous citizen of Roseburg. You can go to the left. Or,
Well, I was going to cruise the town.
oh, we're gonna go through the downtown. Later, swing. So Jesse, you and Lisa should know there's a really famous guy, young man from Roseburg, and we actually knew him personally. We weren't like close friends or nothing, but I played soccer with him occasionally, and we would see him around town. But he's internationally famous for a very heroic thing that him and his friends did. Can you guess who that young man is? I would say he's probably the most famous person to ever come out of Roseburg. And I might mention that Clint Eastwood made a movie about him and his two buddies. Hey, no cheating and Googling it. I just wanted to see if you guys possibly knew who he was. Yeah, one of the three soldiers on the train. And his name was Alex Scarlatos.
It still is, in fact.
Yeah, that's still his name. Here, welcome to downtown Hebron. And here's the cool thing. What was I going to say? Yes, we know. I didn't Google it. Sure. But you're the king of, like, Googling the fun facts. So, you know, that's why I was skeptical. But, what was I going to say about him? I was going to say something about him. Anyway, he's trying to get into politics there. He's actually ran two different unsuccessful campaigns. But I would say they're kind of successful because he's very young, and he went up against Peter DeFazio, who's like Oregon's longest time senator. He's been in office. He's like an establishment there, and he actually made him sweat. That guy had to crank out so many commercials, and he just won by a small margin. So I think that's a good sign for him, and especially considering that the territory that he's in covers like Grants Pass and some big. I think it's Eugene too is included. It's kind of a weird area, but typically conservatives do not win that, and he's a very conservative dude. Oh, here's the fun fact about Alec. In the best music video of all time about Roseburg, Oregon, Posse on Old 99, you can see there's a cute little old lady who slaps an Alec sticker on the back of our car in one part of the video, and I mention him in the video. I say like, we support Alec S. He's our hometown hero, and he's running for Congress. And then this cute little old lady slaps the Alec sticker on her car. It was so awesome. Yeah, he nailed it, Posse on Old 99. But anyway, he was a cool guy. But we'd see him occasionally around town, and then, like I said, I played soccer with a bunch of dudes in the park, and he would come every so often, not all the time. And one time his brother came and played with him, I remember. But and then so I always tell, when I meet people from other places, I always tell them, well, Roseburg's famous for a really good thing and a really bad thing. I say, we're for Alec, who saved all these people, Thanks for sharing that video. And then I say we're also famous because we had one of those infamous school shootings at our community college, and that was pretty sad. And that was crazy. I was actually a school teacher at the time, and I was actually out grabbing my lunch when it happened, and then the people that way.
Yeah.
The people.
It says Junction.
Oh, you're right. It was further. My bad. You could probably go down that way.
Just act like I'm joking.
Anyway, I was getting lunch at KFC, and the people at the drive-thru window were like, "Oh, did you hear what just happened?" I was like, "No." So I heard about it from some KFC workers, and then when I got back to my school, they were like, "We're on lockdown." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I heard what happened." And so it's like all the schools, of course, went on lockdown immediately. But thank God seriously, thank God we didn't have the Uvalde, Texas police. No, we had some officers that got on the scene within minutes and immediately entered the building and neutralized the dude that was doing the shooting. Thank God for that, because who knows how many more people would have got shot. I mean, I don't know how the Uvalde, Texas cops, man, there's a lot of people that need fired over that incident. That was just absolutely disgusting.
The victims did not receive a bill from Mercy Medical Center.
Yeah, and my wife Corrine worked at the local hospital at the time, and the hospital did not charge a dime to any of the victims that came from the shooting, because there was a lot of people had to, unfortunately, I think there were 8 people that died, or I think 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of people with injuries, and the hospital didn't charge any of them a dime. And
actually, I don't think it was that many.
And the hospital, oh, okay. I thought it was at least 8. Maybe it was 6. And the hospital gave free food to everyone, even the workers. The cafeteria, the president of the hospital said, "It's all on me today." And I was actually there to eat lunch with Corrine, and he was like, "It's all covered today. No, you don't need to pay." And I just thought that was really awesome.
It might have been 8.
Yeah, that was the one at UCC. That was a fact we didn't know. I'm not sure which fact you're talking about, but yeah. Oh, and here's something that you may not have heard on the media. So the shooter was actually, the first class he went in, he was actually asking people if they were Christian. And if they said yes, they were a Christian, he would shoot them. And the people that said they weren't, then I guess he would let them be. But there was a local pastor whose daughter was in there, and she's the one that told that whole story, that he was asking people if they were Christians before he shot them, or something to that effect. The fact about the hospital not charging anyone. Yeah, right. And then
we're all really mad at the news review.
Yeah, the hospital employees were all mad at the newspaper. Well, let me tell you, the News Review in Roseburg has got to be one of the worst newspapers anywhere. So right off the bat, they had a headline in the paper that said at least 12 dead or something like that. They had
20.
Corrine says it was 20. It said at least 20 dead. That was this huge headline, and they were saying at least. Well, it turned out it was way less. I know it was in the single digits. We're arguing whether it was 6 or 8. You could probably find that online. But the newspaper, can you believe that? Them saying it was at least 20 and putting that out as the big headline of the day. Actually, somebody that was involved in the paramedics told me that there at the campus, they were trying to lift up, when there was a dead body and they'd cover it with a blanket, they were trying to lift up blankets and take pictures, and they had to tell them, get out of here.
They were getting in the way of the transport teams that were also transporting victims for care, and they were complaining about, we can't see the faces. They were directly inhibiting care so that they could get a better story, and everybody was so mad at them.
Yeah.
And also, are you going to talk about the newspaper?
Yeah. So here's where it gets even crazier. So there was a newspaper carrier. Were they killed, or were they just, no, they were just injured. Yeah, so there was a newspaper carrier for that same paper that was injured in the shooting, and so he was hospitalized for a long time. Well, the stupid newspaper didn't even realize it was their carrier, so guess what? They fired him because he wasn't delivering
and charged him for all the newspapers.
Yeah, and they charged him like a bunch of money because he hadn't been delivering the newspapers that they'd been leaving at his house. Can you believe that? And here he is in the hospital, like in dire condition. And, you know, I mean, this is a newspaper. Their job is literally to investigate, and they don't even realize the name of the guy is the same as their newspaper carrier that's not delivering papers because he's in the hospital. But anyway, don't get me started on that, on the news review. They are literally like a joke of a newspaper. Like, when I literally would find articles in the paper where it was like the article was half done, and then they wouldn't continue. It was supposed to be continued on a future page, and it would just, it just wasn't anywhere to be found. Silly. Okay, got some comments here. That was at, what a doofus. Hey, Jonesy's back. Hey, oh, Jonesy, what did you miss? You only missed the world's largest covered porch swing. we stopped and did a little quick tour of it. But don't worry, never fear, because we actually came here a week or two ago and shot a video about it. And so that'll probably be coming in the next few weeks. But oh man, yeah, you left at the wrong time. We literally just left it about 3 minutes ago. He says go back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. We still have about an hour and a half to get home, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so we're already looking at like 2:30. So I don't think Kareen's gonna want to make it 3. But nice try. We know you're joking.
Better wet your whistle. Better use some water.
And I should point out, a little while ago I saw a little bit of lightning way off in the south. So who knows, maybe we'll catch up to another storm here shortly. And then this video will once again be about storm chasers.
Any comments?
Oh, nothing new.
Okay.
So anyway, Jonesy, we were just talking about our hometown in Roseburg, Oregon had a college shooting. This was a long time ago. This was like, I don't know, probably 9-10 years ago. So we were just reminiscing about that, talking about how we were thankful that the police officers. Now I don't know how much American news you get over there in Tasmania, but there was recently a shooting at a school in Texas, and the school was literally surrounded by cops, but they would not enter. They didn't enter for, what was it, like 45 minutes or an hour?
An active shooter.
Yeah, there was an active shooter killing children, and the dude none of the cops would go in. I mean, they say, oh, we were under orders, but it's a joke, because if you're a cop and you hear a shooter, you don't wait for orders in my book. Like, you get in there and do what you can do. And I was just saying how thankful we were that when there was a shooter in Roseburg, and he had tons of ammo. He was ready to kill, dozens and dozens of people. But our cops, they said that our cops arrived on the scene within minutes.
Well, there was an off-duty guy there.
And yeah, I guess it was an off-duty cop that was nearby, or maybe already on campus. But they got the place of the shooter within minutes and neutralized him. Did they kill him? I think they did, right? Yeah. And they did not wait to see if, he's going to stop shooting at some point. Or I don't know what the people in Texas, the cops, were waiting for. And I'm so shocked, because I have a lot of respect for cops, and especially cops in Texas, because I know they deal with a lot more there than a lot of places because of the whole border situation and stuff. So it really blew my mind that there could be all these cops outside listening to an active shooter and not go in. I still can't believe that. Like, it's insane. But yeah, fortunately that wasn't the case. So at the school shooting in Oregon years ago, we were debating how many people were shot. I think it was either 6 or 8, but it was a small number compared to, there, because the cops went right in and neutralized it, instead of, if they would have just sat out wondering, oh, what should we do, the death toll could have been extremely higher. Okay, now we got some comments. Oh, Jonesy says, yeah, all over the news here. Okay. Like that would be in the news.
He said before that we get local news, but that most over there is U.S. news.
U.S. news. Yeah, but I don't know what types of stories they want to show.
Yeah, that's true.
The Umpqua Community College shooting on October 1st, 2015 at the UC campus near Roseburg, Oregon. 20 shocking facts about the shooting. The school shooting was perpetrated by a 26-year-old student of the college named Christopher. Shot and killed more people on the school campus and injured 9 others. Oh, he shot and killed 9 people. Okay, so we were wrong about the numbers. I did say I knew it was single digits. So it was 9 people and injured 9 others. Died after shooting himself. Okay, but I believe he shot himself then. I thought the cops shot him, but I think what it was then is that as soon as the cops showed up and he saw they were coming to take him down, that then he shot himself. But anyway, it was a direct effect of the cops showing up. That's absolutely guaranteed. It's considered one of the deadliest mass shootings in the history of Oregon. The whole incident lasted for about 10 minutes, from 10:38 to 10:48. Within this period, 10 lives, including that of the perpetrator, had been lost, and 9 people had sustained various degrees of non-fatal injuries. They are showing Let's Go Brandon has COVID today. The shooting started in classroom 15 in Snyder Hall when class was in session.
I used to go to that school.
Yeah, Corrine and I both attended that school. I attended very briefly. I think I just took 1 or 2 classes. I think that was my senior year in high school when I was just going half-time to high school, and then I think I took 1 or 2 classes out there.
It's so scary because it seemed like such a safe place to be.
Yeah,
there.
It seems like a very safe place. And the campus is beautiful. It's right at one of the curves of the Umpqua River. So the Umpqua River kind of curves all the way around the campus. So it's kind of like a peninsula, sort of. And just a beautiful area. It's kind of on the edge of town. He says, classroom 15 is the classroom where English and writing classes are held. Yeah, and that's one of the classes I took. So I was probably in that very room. I took a writing class. English professor, assistant professor Lawrence Levine was the first victim and the first person to die. Well, that's crazy. He was teaching in classroom 15 when so-and-so himself was a student in the writing class, pulled out his gun and shot the professor at point-blank range. The 67-year-old professor died instantly. He asked many of the students which religion they belonged to before shooting them. Mocked the students who told him that they were Christians and believed in Christ by telling them that since they were Christians, they would go to heaven when they died. He then proceeded to shoot them. A 44-year-old woman named Serena Dawn Moore was shot to death while she sat in her wheelchair. Despite her condition and the fact she begged for her life, he showed her no mercy. He looked straight into her eyes and shot her dead. Some of the victims were shot multiple times. Yeah, that was a sad time. It was one of those things that you think, like, this could never happen in my town, and then it happens. And another sad fact that you won't find online is one of our friends in Roseburg, it was her birthday, and so the poor girl now, her birthday is synonymous with this horrible thing. We went to her birthday party that night, and it was not quite the joyous occasion it would have been, because we were all bummed about that whole thing. During the shooting, he spared a particular student's life because he gave him a package which he wanted delivered to the police. Then made the student to sit at the back of the classroom and watch him brutally kill his classmates. He could have killed and injured more people had it not been for the bravery of a U.S. Army veteran named Chris Mintz, who was studying at the college at that time. somebody's mind to do such evil?
I think
Right?
a lot of it is these violent video games.
Yeah.
And nobody seems to point the blame at those.
Yeah,
but
Karina and I
that's the
think...
same thing with every one of these shooters. They all play these
Right.
violent video games.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's a thing that's in common with a lot of these shooters. They've played these first-person shooter violent video games. Like, it's just, I think it just sets them up because it's so realistic that they can kind of get into it and think like, oh, I'd like to do this in real life. But yeah, nobody hardly talks about that, how dangerous these video games are. It says, at approximately 10:38, the first 911 call was made, informing authorities. Took officers approximately 6 minutes to arrive at the scene. He was the first to fire at the police officers who arrived at the scene before they were forced to return fire. He was struck only once during the shootout with police. He did not die as a result of the gunshot injury he sustained from the shootout with the police. No police officer was injured or killed. He engaged in a 2-minute shootout with police outside classroom 15 before going back to the classroom and committing suicide by shooting himself. In all, 9 students and a professor lost their lives in the shooting. So that, including him. So I was right when I said I thought it was 6 or 8 people were assassinated, and then himself. Those games desensitize people from what's really happening. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, like when I was a kid, I played what would be violent video games, but they looked like cartoons. These were like games like Contra. They looked totally fake. So, but the games they have now are so incredibly realistic. I've seen them, and it's like it's a different world. It's not like, oh, I'm just playing with these toy cartoons that are shooting people. It's so realistic that I think that's how. That's a big part of it, is that they're so into the whole swing of this is like real life type of deal.
I listened to a story about a military man that got PTSD, and he was talking about how he killed his first person during a combat, and how he expected to feel really bad about it, and he just remembered laying in his bed the night after it happened and being upset that he didn't feel anything. And he said the reason why he didn't feel anything is because their training utilizes these video games where you're shooting people, and it just gets to be so mundane that you feel nothing if you kill somebody in real life.
Wow, that's so sad.
You're just completely numb to it at that point.
Yeah, Jesse says during the shooting, he was armed with 6 weapons, 5 handguns, and a long gun. According to police, the long gun was not used. The UCC shooting was the second school shooting to have occurred in and around Roseburg, Oregon. Really?
Oh, the other one was the Roseburg High School where he tried to do it, but he didn't. But he just got chased down by people.
All weapons and ammunition used in the shooting were purchased legally by him and members of a family who didn't have any involvement in the shooting or any prior knowledge about it. Jonesy says it doesn't happen here much because it is so hard to get guns. Well, be thankful that it doesn't happen there. Because it's a horrible thing here. Yeah, it seems like every week that you hear of 1 or 2 of these things.
Yeah, they actually reported about a armed citizen who stopped a mall shooting at a food court.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
From 40 yards away with a handgun. He stopped this shooter from killing people.
Yeah, I think he killed 2, right?
Yeah.
Before he was stopped. Yeah, the mall shooter killed 2 people, but he had just started his shooting spree, and just a common armed young man, I think he was like 25 years old or something, pulled out his little pistol and shot the guy from 40 yards away and ended his shooting spree. And thank God only 2 were killed. I mean, that's horrific, but it definitely could have been 20,
Okay, Craig and Corrine, it's been a blast traveling with you on a lonely drive in the middle of nowhere, USA. But we have an early morning. You guys have a blessed night and have safe travels. Hey, thanks guys for being up with us. You definitely should not have been up with us. You should have been in bed already. But we appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining. We'll probably cut out here soon anyway, probably shortly after we hit Kansas, which we're almost to. We're very close to Kansas.
Oh, we're in Kansas.
Oh, I guess we're already in Kansas.
I saw the sign.
I didn't even notice that we were back in Kansas. So anyway, have a good night. We'll probably just hang out until nobody else wants to hang with us. But not too much longer, because if we're in Kansas, that means we'll be home in about an hour. Because we're about an hour from the border.
Yay!
But y'all have a great night. Thanks for staying up. We'll see you around the YouTubes.
And I am doubly happy to get home these days because Craig put some really nice laminate floors in and the house looks great, and I'm always happy to come back home with now where I don't have that icky, dirty carpet that I have to clean all the time.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, Jonesy, yeah, we'd love to do a live with you sometime. If you can let us know ahead of time. So I got to tell you, where we live, we're way out on the prairie, and the coverage is terrible. Every time we've tried to do a live with another person, I guess it takes more data when there's multiple people on the thing. And every time we've tried, it's been really jumpy audio and video. But if you tell us ahead of time, we can go into our nearest town, and we have 5G coverage there, so we can just do it from the town. We could even go to our to Corrine's mom's place and sit down and do it, or we could just walk around town and do it. But yeah, that'd be fun to do a live together. We'd love that. So yeah, just kind of give us a heads up, and we're usually available. Not all the time. Sometimes we're running around, as you can see. But yeah, we can definitely work something out. That would be super fun. Yeah, we'd love that. So just kind of give us an idea when you want to do it. I'll kind of tell you our working hours. So we're not morning people, because we are usually up till, our average bedtime is probably 2 a.m. Sometimes it's later, sometimes it's 3. So right now it's, I mean, you can check the time zone. So it's almost 1:30 here now, 1:30 a.m. So we're usually in bed sometime between 1 and 2 a.m. and then we're usually up sometime around like 10 to 11 a.m.
Well, a lot of times we've been going to bed by midnight. We've been good lately. So.
Yeah, sometimes we get to bed by midnight, and then we're up by 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning.
So if you wanted to do one at 10 or 11 at night, that might work out good.
Yeah, so Korean's saying 10 or 11 at night would work good for us. Or, it can be earlier, 9 or whatever.
Well, I don't want to get it too early for him.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if we wanted to do one outdoors, where we're outdoors, because we would either have to be outdoors or go to your mom's house, because, since it doesn't work from our place.
Yeah.
So we don't want to be at her house too late. So I would say probably 9 p.m. our time would probably be about the latest we'd want to do it. If we wanted to be outdoors, we could do one at 8 p.m. That would be cool. It's still light out, 7 or 8 p.m.
Well, that's early in the morning for him.
He says, yeah, that's cool. That's afternoon here.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah, sometime around there. And if we schedule ahead of time, we could, potentially do it as early as 6 or 7 p.m. Before those times, we're often working. Sometimes we do have a house we're working on to get it ready to sell. So sometimes we are over there and it's in a different town, and there's not good cell phone coverage there. But yeah, unfortunately, our Wi-Fi at our house, we have internet at our house, but it's a weird system I've never seen anywhere else until I moved to Kansas. You get your internet through this little square antenna that has to point at the nearest town. And so it's some sort of radio type signal that beams it in. I've seen satellite internet even, but I've never seen this stuff. It's kind of like not a really long range, but I guess it can go 10, 15 miles or something.
But yeah, but it's slow for doing any kind of live stuff. So our best bet we've discovered is going into town and then just doing it through the cell phone signal in town, or like I said, from Mom's house, because she's got fast internet in town. He says he's very flexible with times.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, but yeah, that'd be pretty fun to do that. Yeah, we'd like to do more stuff like that. You know, our goal is to grow the channel, and I think lives do definitely help. You know, I've seen a few YouTubers lately that are, you probably know some of them, Jonesy, but there's a few lately that were on here that, you know, were around 200-300 subscribers, and then like, I swear, like overnight they shot up to like 1,000, and I was like, I guess it's just the lives they're doing, because they haven't been putting out a ton of video content. So I think the lives must really help. Either they discovered some secret that we don't know about and they don't want to share. But yeah, one person I saw, I think they joined at the end of last year, and now they have like, I don't know, 1,200 subscribers or something, like within just like 6 months. But I see these people on lives all the time, so I think like maybe that's how they do it. I don't know. I wish I knew. We even did like one time we did like a paid campaign on YouTube to promote our channel, and I think we spent a couple $100 or so, and we got nothing out of it. Like, so our subscribers went up by like 20 or so, and then all the subscribers proceeded to disappear over the next few days. And most of the accounts that we'd see, like it's a subscriber, you'd go to their account and you could tell they were like kind of fake accounts. So we're like, why would we pay any money to get nowhere? And you know, our other channel, we're closing in on 5,000 subscribers, but that's something that we built over time. The channel is like, I think it's almost 9 years old, and so that's just kind of a slow build. But this channel, we're putting a lot more into it. That channel, we literally would just add videos every so often, but the thing about that, it's DIY videos, so we have a few that kind of took off, and so that definitely helped the channel grow, just having a few videos that have like, you know, over 100,000 views. It just really grows. I've only just started publishing videos on this channel. Yeah, so apparently, though, like what I'm saying is, I guess you don't need a ton of videos to, you know, get a lot of subscribers. Because I've seen that. I've seen multiple channels now that don't have a lot of videos. And like the one channel I'm talking about that went up to like over 1,000 within like 6 months, not only do they not have a ton of videos, but when you look at their videos, they have very few views. Most of the views are like a couple hundred views. So I was just telling my wife the other day, I was like, how are they getting this many subscribers? And the only thing I can think of is it must be lives, because I see a lot of the same folks on lives like all the time. So I guess that's just the way to do it. I don't know. I wish some of these people would share their secrets.
Let's to Concordia. Concordia is where they have the orphan.
Oh yeah, hey Jonesy, this is something you may not be aware of. This is a really funny part of U.S. history. They used to have this thing called the orphan train, and they would literally like round up street kids from like New York. These are like, you know, kind of street urchins that didn't really have families. I guess there was just a lot of kids that would like run away, or I don't know, for different reasons. They just would like live on the streets. Anyway, they, you know, this was a long time ago, like what, 100 years ago or something?
Yeah.
And they would take these kids and put them on trains. They called them orphan trains, and they were just like trains that were like headed across the country, and they would make stops in like each town, and people could literally go and claim themselves an orphan. So I think kind of the common thing was like farmers that, you know, didn't have enough children to help on the farm. I think they would like often go and grab themselves an orphan or two. But that's just so hilarious that they would just send trainfuls of orphan kids across the country for people to claim. And they have a whole museum dedicated to this, to the orphan trains.
It used to be able to send children through the mail. It used to be able to mail children, but it only happened like once or twice. It really didn't happen as much as you'd think, and it was only for a small distance, like maybe 50 miles.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, they did have people taking care of kids and sending them over a small distance through the mail. I think they pinned on the postage to their coats or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy.
So Jonesy says, I've been on a few lives lately and went from 20 subs to 80 subs in 14 days. Wow.
Ew.
Yeah, so that's got to be it. That's got to be how you get subscribers. I don't know how that works, though. I mean, we've done a handful of lives. We haven't done a ton, but we've done a few, and I don't know. I never really noticed that our channel grows much when we do them. Maybe it's because we do like weird stuff. To 6 people, now we're down to 2. I was gonna say maybe we get more people on when they don't have to look at us. Well, we're down to 1 now, so I guess it's probably us and Jonesy. But so I was thinking we'd leave it live until we go through Concordia, but I don't know. If you're bored too, don't feel afraid to bail. If you need to go, we'll just end it. But otherwise, I was going to keep it going until we get through Concordia, which is the next town.
Yeah, spinning wheel.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, my agendas. I have a left agenda because agenda's to the left.
He says, all good. We just love having people join us on these, so we're happy that you stayed along with us.
Yeah,
because
it makes it a lot more entertaining to drive.
Yeah, because we have a 4-hour drive from, I mean, not now, but from when we started. And it just, it goes by so much faster when you're doing one of these lives and chatting with people and having a good time.
It's just amazing how many people in the U.S. are up like this late at night on lives.
Yeah, it always surprises us because most of these lives we do are just an afterthought. Like, we're not really going on. Let's, share it with people. And the next thing you know,
it's back. Oh, battery power is low. You must have unplugged it when it fell.
oh yeah. Let me plug her back. No, it was at the gas station. I plugged it back in.
Yeah.
The wheel in the sky keeps on turning.
Well, there's Concordia, so we're going to shut her down after we go through Concordia.
Yeah. Here you can see the little city of Concordia. We'll drive through the little downtown area, which is on our way home. And then we'll say goodbye. Oh. He says he wrote a song called Circus in Town from the band Love Child. I did not know that.
It says there's no people on.
The song is for the train about kids.
Oh.
Interesting.
We are now in Cloud County.
Yeah, welcome to Cloud County. We love the name of that county. It sounds so lovely. Cloud County, like you're just drifting up in the clouds. Go back in the comments. What am I looking for here? I don't see anything. So who wrote this song? I must have missed something. My friend's mother? Okay, oh, yeah, you said my friend's mother was one from Greece during the war, shipped her over on a train thing. Your friend wrote the song called Circus in Town from the band Love Child. Is that right? Oh, cool. Hey, hold on a sec. I'm going to look that up and we'll watch it later. If it's on YouTube anyway. Circus in Town by Love Child. Let's see if that's on here. Circus in Town, Love Child. That's a funny name for a band, Love Child. That's my love child. Hey, what do you know? It's on here. So I will add that to my watch later list and we'll check that out. Sounds interesting. It's about that orphan train. Awesome. Yeah, that's such a crazy thing. I think we had never heard of anything like that until our first trip through the Midwest when we went through Nebraska. And we were in North Platte where they have, I think it's the biggest rail yard in the U.S. And there's a tower you can go up in and it talks about the orphan trains and stuff. And we were like, wow, this is crazy. We just shipped kids across the U.S. all willy-nilly. Like, who wants some kids?
Well, it's better than living on the street in New York.
Yeah, it's probably safer than living on the streets.
Sometimes parents would directly give them up to these programs as well.
Oh. Jody says, I used to manage the band for 5 years. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you're like Rob in the movie we just were in. There's a character named Rob who manages a band. And I get to play the record producer. And when I first show up, they think I'm trying to steal the band away from Rob, and I'm like, oh no, Rob's still going to be your director. I'm just the guy that makes your dreams come true. Yeah, I'd love to hear about that, man. That'd be a fun chat to hear you talk about managing a band, because I bet there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on in that world.
They have a Walmart and a McDonald's.
Yeah.
And an Arby's.
She found her brother who got shipped to Australia, and when she was old enough, she moved here. Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
She found her long-lost bro. Yep, this is the town with our nearest Walmart. So we live... in America, we all measure how far out in the country we are by how far we are from the nearest Walmart. And we live about 45 minutes from the nearest Walmart.
Did I tell you, Jonesy, that I watched, I don't know if you watched the same documentary, but it was about the royal lineage and how there's documents showing that Edward IV was indeed an illegitimate child. And so a man tracked the royal lineage of the actual Plantagenet line to the family living today to see who actually has an even stronger claim to the throne than the people that are on the British throne right now. And he found that it was actually somebody living in Australia, that they had come to Australia as a young man and loved it so much that they stayed and set up like a little manufacturing empire for themselves in Australia and had a nice life there with a good family and was very happy. And so this man making the documentary, he told him, I'm just tracking the Plantagenet.
Look, sorry to interrupt, that statue you see on the corner, there's a statue across the street from us of a lady and a kid. That's a statue for the Orphan Train Museum, which I believe is part of that next door. But yeah, this is a big orphan train town. Anyway, sorry, go back to your story.
Anyway, he told him, I'm just doing a documentary of just casing the Royal Plantagenet line. And so he met up with him, and then he showed him all the documentation that he had come up with, showing him how his family had helped out the royals through the years, but that he actually has the strongest claim to the throne, and he should be the King of England.
And he's just laying low in Australia.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, he died in 2012, but he did have some sons and some daughters.
Oh, one more.
So the royal family actually lives in Australia. You never would have thought.
And he's probably not as crazy as the actual royal family. There should be one more street where you can turn. Yeah, right here. You can turn there. I just wanted to show them the pretty downtown. That back road's not so pretty. Highway number 9, going down the Chicago line. Now that's funny, right? Isn't that crazy? And you think like, well, if he has this legitimate claim to the throne, like, why can't he just move in and take it? And kick the Queen of England to the curb.
I don't think you want to take them on. So I don't think you want to do something like that. It hasn't ended well with other people. Okay.
Well, we're heading once again out to the country. We're leaving Concordia. That was just we just cut through the edge of Concordia to head out toward where we live. So I guess we'll say good night. And thanks everybody joining. And I don't know who the other two are on still, but hey, if anybody's interested, go back to the beginning of this video. When you see it, it probably won't be up on YouTube for a couple hours until it processes. But there is actually a really cool lightning storm at the beginning for like the first 45 minutes. But hey, cheers to you too, buddy. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
And thanks for everybody else that popped in and out. And thanks for making our drive a lot more interesting and a lot faster since we're not so bored.
Yes.
All right. Good night, everybody, and God bless, and we love you, and we'll see you on the flip side. Good night.